You see the hundreds of celebrities that I've done business with, you know, done things with. And during the latter years of our relationship, Will was not my friend. I was his friend. I was around before they had Trey. Jada was the woman that everybody wanted. And Will needed that validation to have that type of woman.
You saw her say that Will Smith had a small dick?
Oh,
On that note, welcome to the Sin Politics Podcast. We can turn it up. Make sure you're live with us. Make sure you're in the building with us. I was downloading the video, so we're a little late. We're going to watch all this video, I promise. But make sure you subscribe. Make sure you show some love. Every Tuesday, we're live. And every day, we're dropping videos. And it's going to be that way. So make sure you lock in with us. Hit me up if you want to do any content. If you have anything going on your side. They blocked us on Twitch. They're afraid of the real on Twitch. That was another thing I was trying to fix. I had to bring the title all the way down. They said Twitch couldn't handle the title. Title is invalid. Twitch, why are you afraid, man? All right, look. On Twitch, we're just going to be live. Live, a bunch of letters. We're going to play it safe for Twitch. We're trying to get through the door. But make sure you subscribe. If you're on Twitch, now I'm on Twitch. Twitch, look, you block the title because you're afraid of freedom of speech, is what it is. You know what I mean? So we're gonna get into the shenanigans. We're gonna show you the video that we got here. Make sure you share if you got anybody to share this with. Let's make it go crazy. I love it in the comments. Shout out to everybody there. Gang violence. Did I put it? Is gang violence? Adam22, Pimp or Simp, Keke, Mom, the Equalizer, PBD podcast. They're trying to slave people. Like, come on, like Twitch. What's wrong with that? Who are you protecting? Abusers? Are you protecting abusers? Are you protecting the PBD podcast when people work 70-hour work weeks? Adam22 wants to do that with his wife. He's profiting off of it. Yeah. All right. Whatever. Well, let's go ahead and get back to it. Okay. Let's get back into it. But I want to make sure everybody subscribe, show some love. We're in here. Flagrancy. It is Sitting Politics. Show some
celebrities that I've done business with, you know, done things with. And during the latter years of our relationship, Will was not my friend. I was his friend. I was around before they had Trey. Jada was the woman that everybody wanted. And Will needed that validation to have that type of woman.
You saw her say that Will Smith had a small dick?
Oh, I am saying to you, if a woman is used to something the size of a baby leg and you come in with a pinky toe, there's nothing you can do to please her. You can buy her 80 cars, you can get her 80 private jets. If she's itching for that baby leg, she want that baby leg. You can beat a person so much that they fall into submission.
And who needs enemies when they got friends like you?
Oh,
and hold on, what in the fuck? You just said this about a man. To be fair, it's hard to tell if they're still married, but a baby leg? Jesus Christ, you went from a pinky toe to a baby leg. Why do you hate him?
Tell you what goes on the inside. Everybody else is just speculation.
Damn. Somebody told me I made my pictures in the book. You know, your pictures in the book and your name is in the book. So you like you doing some real elegant pimp. I'm blowing you up.
I love that.
I'm blowing you up.
This is what Jada makes the new people do. And I ain't gonna say new. They probably been there after myself, right?
Somebody find a video of Will Smith where it doesn't look like when he's talking to the camera, he looks like he's being held hostage. Somebody find a single video like that.
They will make you check into a rehab and they'll pay for the rehab. Even though you're not on drugs, they're gonna pay for the rehab. And you have to go if you want to work with them. And then I saw sexual acts that I walked in on.
Who'd you walk in on?
Him and Dwayne Martin.
Jesus Christ. Now he's literally divulging a sexual walk-in. Come on, man. Like this guy, this is not the kind of person. He's like, he was my friend. I wasn't his friend. This guy is fucking Dexter, but it went so wrong. It went so wrong. It's like Dexter fucking mixed with a guy from House of Cards. What was his name? That actually did the shit in real life, but then didn't because got off on it, I guess. So I shouldn't say that.
Okay.
Hollywood is the hurry up and wait game. So 3 minutes later, after them telling me, hey, you got eyes on Will, we need him to come watch this. So I'm running all over the studio. He's not in his dressing room. I go to the cafeteria. I'm like, but I see his car there. I'm like, where's this guy at? So now I'm holding Dwayne down too. So I have the keys to his dressing room. So I'm like, yo, and they're calling I'm on walkie-talkie and they're calling my cell phone. Yo, we need to get Will here. And I'm like, yo, kind of fuck down. Like, I'm trying to find this. Like, this is this is unlike him, right? So, all right, I open the door to Dwayne's dressing room.
You know, how this story real, remember, he said he walked on them doing their thing. So the way he went around it, brought it all the way back to the beginning is nuts, like a Quentin Tarantino movie. What in the fuck?
And that's when I see Dwayne having anal sex with Will.
Let me process that for a second.
There was a couch, and Will was bent over on the couch, and Dwayne was standing up, killing him. Murder, like murder. It was murder in there.
Oh my God. What he's talking about happened to this man's butt cheeks. It's fucking sick.
Okay. What did you do?
Even when I was with the deer in headlights, and I finally said, oh shit.
To us, using plant-based.
I don't know what button to push. Not sensational. I
started out fighting.
No, not that one. Oh God. We definitely don't mean to applause. That man is a fucking psychopath. How long he waited to attack, you know what I mean, and drop all this on Will when he's possibly at his weakest. Yeah, big AO on my boys. He said he was murdering him. He said it was like, what were you watching? So, like, he was like, it was an experience for him. I guess it would be if you walked in and you saw fucking Mike Lowry getting his fucking cheeks beat in. That would be a pretty wow. Woo. Wait, how did he stick around long enough to know? Yeah, man, he had to finish the homicide. You know what I mean? He had to sit there and definitely see the killing. We got Paul in the building, by the way. Just stepped in, and yeah, brother, how you feeling?
Oh, good.
Yeah. How much of that did you catch on your way in?
Oh, pretty much all of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you catch the end was probably
no, I didn't catch it. If he was talking about spreading booties, I didn't hear it.
He wasn't just talking about that. Sorry, gang, we got to run that back. Act like you didn't hear this before.
Yo, this guy's wilding out though, bro.
He is fucking going crazy,
really,
and
jumping on that little train of getting your fame off of Will and Jada, huh?
You know what's interesting to me is like upside down wine bottles. Is that classy? I don't know. Maybe it is. I'm just noticing their whole. Let's make us even.
We're gonna know about classy, huh?
I mean, yeah, I guess. Hey, well, Paul, I guess. Fuck.
I do have a
shit on us. Shit on us. That's oh my God. But yeah, go ahead. You got the headphones on. All right, I'm gonna play the end of this for you because I really want to get you.
I open the door to Dwayne's dressing room, and that's when I see Dwayne having anal sex with Will.
Let me process that for a second.
You talking about Dwayne Martin?
There was a couch, and Will was bent over on the couch, and Dwayne was standing up, killing him. Murder, like
Jesus
murder.
Christ.
It was murder in there.
Jesus Christ. Damn, Will.
Yeah, you got fucking bottomed out.
Okay. What did you do?
Even when I was
how much of this
deer and
how much stock do we take?
Oh my God! But when you can be that hilarious about it, I'm fine with it at that point. Once you did that, at first, see, I didn't watch this all. I read about it and like, okay, that's fucked up enough to go ahead and start with. But yeah, at first I was obviously like, what in the and I still am like, what the fuck? It's fucked up that this guy Will Smith, man, he gets it from all angles. You know what I mean? It comes in 3s and 6s and fucking. Yeah, he gets and it's like I don't even know because it's people they're really shitting on Jade, his wife, which I mean is also not great and uncomfortable.
So toe to a baby leg.
Yeah. But then they'll like not really shit on him, I guess, as an individual so much. They'll just basically like it'll be an extra layer of emasculation. It's just like to see what. You know, yeah.
Well, that's my problem.
Hey,
with
I'm glad he's rich, I guess.
Well, that's my problem with Jada this whole time is like, yo, like, okay, so no worries. So the one whole here, my bad.
Oh, of course, yeah, of course. Yeah.
But no, that whole slap thing was one thing, and then she goes on the whole like little red table talk and we weren't even together, like all this shit. The 1st of August stuff was like, okay. Yeah, you want to air out some of your stuff.
Freaky. That was freaky. I mean, you know what I mean? We don't have to agree with that.
Right. But then the whole, we haven't even been together for years. It was like, get the, like, Jada, man, shut your mouth. Like, I'm sorry, but come on, man. Like,
no, you want to say, shut up, bitch.
Shut up, bitch. But no, at some fucking point, though, right? But, like, it's just been a constant run to how low can we cut Will? How small can we make him? And now it's,
He has a pinky dick. All the way to a pinky dick.
Which, no.
Whatever. It's
but, I mean,
I don't have a strong stance on
that. Yeah, I mean, I don't really care. I think he's slanging. But
Lord have mercy. I was just about to say, I'm not going to defend his cock.
No, man, Will's my guy. But no, for real, though. At this point, he does. He needs to stop, like you mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
Does he not look like he's always like held hostage on camera?
Oh my God, man.
He needs to step up and man come out with his own shit, but man not be on video supporting her book where he
disappear completely.
Where he was supporting that book where she dogged him the entire book. Not the entire book. I take that back. That's a stretch. But
Who knows?
She dogged him throughout the book. Like
I couldn't support it. I just couldn't support
jumping out
the marketing campaign. Oh, here, real quick. So Will allowed his family to run amok. No one respects that. His kids are complete freaks.
Yeah, I tried not to say. I tried not to go at the two little Willow. What's Willow and Jaden, which honestly, man, he can spit a little bit. And I like Just Water. Right. I like Just Water. Okay.
Who's Just Water? What the fuck is that?
It's his water. He came out with like the little cartons instead of bottles. So like
hell yeah,
health water, like really good environment stuff, right?
Good for him, man. Yeah. No, I mean, but I don't necessarily.
They are freaks.
Yeah, they're just. I have a pretty high threshold for people that are just like way different than me, and like so. I mean, if they, I agree they're freaks, but that's fine. If it's his family, and if his family, that's. I think there's an issue with for sure the relationship with his wife, and that probably had a ton of effects and a lot of impact on the family in general. But I don't know. I don't think it's too far to show sympathy. You know what I mean? I think we can criticize him when he's wrong. Like for example, with the slap, I was against the slap when some people were coming on the pod and saying like, "Oh yeah, you went up there and smacked the shit out. That's what you're supposed to do," or whatever. Most people were shitting on him, though. Don't be wrong, but not even on this pod, but other pods. I heard that take plenty. I would just say that when it's excessive and like this guy's coming out and just complete exploitation of his relationship with them. I think we can look and show some sympathy for Will in that way, and he doesn't have to have been the perfect father to do that. I want to let me just read a couple of these. So Will, so that's I was really responding to that. So bring up the cringe Jaden clip. Reminds me of a mind blown meme. Yeah. Not excusing Jada, of course. Yeah, she put a fork in it.
Yeah, but
and raised their kids. So any part of them being a freak, she's as responsible.
And you're saying put a fork in it. Who knows what else she put in, right?
Oh my gosh.
I mean, who knows where this goes? I mean, this whole rumor.
She put a yardstick up his ass, I'm sure.
People have gone on. I mean, what is the rumors about Dwayne Wade? I mean, that's what I want to say.
Well, Dwayne Martin.
This is Dwayne Martin, not Wade, because those rumors do. Like, it's just it's too much. And right now, you can say whatever the fuck you want in front of the camera if you have any sort of name to you, and people are just like, well, they wouldn't lie, right?
Well, sort of.
Why would they lie?
Well, sort of. I'm not opposed to this possibly being a lie. But this Tasha K chick actually got sued by Cardi B. Oh, shit. Yeah, for saying some, I think it might have been the shit about her fucking dudes and then robbing them or whatever. She's had said something about that she thought was inflammatory, and I don't remember exactly how, but she sued her, and she owes her money. Like she won. I
mean, that would be inflammatory. Yeah, if you're saying as a matter of fact.
Well, but I think Cardi B might have said. But either way, I don't want to go back into that. We'll need to relitigate that situation. Sorry. The point is that he obviously failed his family by being a weak motherfucker. Wow. Well, you know what? I mean, like I said, I think that there's plenty to be critical of as far as it pertains to Will Smith in this scenario. I just think when you have like the clip that we just watched, when you look at that clip, it's also fair to say like this guy is, the shit that he's saying, it's just fun. But I mean, at the same time, hey, if it's true, then he has a story to tell. And if he walked in and Will Smith was getting his fucking cheeks beat in, then so be it. Yeah, you can use that shirt over there if you'd like.
Dude, I try to do so smooth and quiet, and I knocked everything over.
Go ahead.
But why did he sit there and watch?
He was there for a while.
Where are you? Or you just gonna walk into that? Like, what kind of party are you at?
I think they were somewhere for work. It sounded like, because they said like, "Oh, we need what?" But I guess it could have been a part. I don't even remember where the fuck he said it was at. I mean, pretty much that all went out the window for me after climax of the story, if you will. Rule number 1: keep family business in the family. Shame on Jada. Well, there you go. Yeah,
and stop trying to use a dead man that's been dead for 30 years to up your clout.
Oh, Tupac. Okay.
I'm so tired of that.
I thought you were talking about Will Smith.
That
I was like, oh
fucking,
shit. That's crazy.
man. What was it that she said about him in the jail?
She said a bunch of stuff. We talked about that because
he proposed to her, and it's like, what the fuck are you? Okay, Jada.
He was
Out of all the
soulmate.
times that you done talked about Tupac in the past 30 years, this is the first time we're hearing about that one too.
She said that he was her soulmate.
Yeah,
she's a married woman.
Been saying that. Yeah.
I mean, how do you feel about that? I mean, like,
it's bullshit.
Well, I mean, obviously, people can have soulmates that aren't the people that they married.
Yeah,
so she can't say that, I guess. I mean, what if it's true?
I mean, again, it's how much respect do you have for your current spouse, and that's apparent to be zero.
Yeah,
but
I mean, it's hard to defend her because all the other things.
Yeah.
But it's like if she has a story to tell, she had a relationship with Tupac when he was alive, and maybe, I mean, we talked about it, and the reason I brought it up before was because I did have an issue. It felt just gross that she was every interview it was like, oh, let's talk about Tupac.
Right,
Let's talk
throwing
about
his
Tupac.
name
So
out.
it's like, all right, well,
and the thing is, it's what's the word I'm looking for? Indigenuous, right?
Disingenuous.
Yeah, that might be it. Disingenuous. So it's that to
like fake.
Yeah, it's fake.
Yeah,
or bad. It's just bad to Tupac because the reason is like he had somebody.
I mean, I don't know. I didn't know.
Yeah, like if you look it up, like I believe he got married before he was killed. Like,
I'm pretty sure he had a daughter and stuff. I mean,
like so it's like he like to say all this is to spit in his wife's face.
Well, yeah.
There's only one side to it, and it's yours.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like then you just go with the most. And like I said, the story's changed over 30 years of it being told. It's changed, and it's gotten more and more about how he was all up on her and less about how she was him.
Yeah.
It's now she was his soulmate, which before it wasn't that. But again,
well, I mean,
don't need to talk about Jada all night. But shit.
Yeah, in that time, I think that she had a different. The view of Jada Pinkett Smith was different than what it is now. Obviously, like now she's through her relationship with Will Smith. There's a way more negative outlook on her. Like when she was in The Matrix, I fucked with Jada Pinkett Smith.
Yeah, we all like Jada at that point. But I mean, one question I have about it all is why. I mean, why is Will still around?
Yeah.
Because again, like they had the whole thing where like her book was being released and like they did the whole video and he's right there in the corner and it's like why? At this point, why? And second, why was the entire relationship business? Like was it true love then? If it's all about someone else and you've always known this and you guys have always been on the outs,
but
was it just to
their marriage could be whatever it is.
Oh yeah, that's fair. Hey man,
so it's like is Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton for love? I mean, you tell me, brother. What do you think?
If it's open to speculation.
Oh man, yeah, no, they need to be married so they can't testify against one another. They can't be forced to do that. But
that's a good one.
But hey, could be a good fucking reason too. But no, I mean, hey, I think that people's marriage can be for whatever it is, and I think your rationale makes a lot of sense. That makes sense for me, but I mean, I can understand, and there's definitely people that I've spoken to where there's, maybe more of like an analytic kind of outlook on that kind of union and that relationship, and and sometimes there becomes a pragmatic approach. Like, I mean, you have to think these people had 2 kids together, I guess, and whatever else they had together. So, you
didn't set a good example as to what a healthy home
that's fair.
is.
It's probably fair. That's probably very fair. I don't know if August Alsine helped or hurt that. I'm sure he hurt. I'm sure he fucking hurt.
But that's my point.
Yeah.
If it's at this point now, like, cut it loose.
Yeah, what are you guys still doing? What are you kids doing at this point?
Like,
they're already fucked up. They're already fucked up.
Oh,
they're like, dude, literally the only thing holding this fucking shit together is the illusion that we're. I mean, it's not even. Yeah,
it's not even there
it's
anymore.
Not even there.
God damn it, J. Cole.
J. Cole.
It was all because he put in that song.
Oh man. Let's see. Oh, I definitely wanted to. Let's do a couple of these videos real quick. Then we'll get into some just topics where we'll talk and chop it up. Make sure you subscribe though. Show some love. We got Paul in here today. Paul Balcom. Go check him out. Balcom Paul on social medias, Instagram, Twitter. Definitely go check out what he's saying when we're not in front of the camera. Also entertaining and
it's probably the same.
it's
Just-
hopefully it's similar.
Oh yeah, very
hopefully
consistent.
What if it's
Very
completely
consistent.
distant? You go check his social media. It's all racist. Like, whoa, hold on.
Smooth Recoil was onto something, wasn't he?
No, that one lady on Instagram was basically saying that.
Oh, dude, that was.
She's
bad.
like, "You're a fucking racist."
Dude, that was so. And I was like, "Lady, you don't know me.
Yeah.
Like, look me up, okay?
Social media interactions.
Just
fucking
click my
wild.
profile, and you're gonna see all the opposite." But
yeah, definitely.
Cancel culture was real on that one. You wanted me gone.
She was definitely accusing some people of being racist. Well, the only two people that were talking to her in the chat, she was calling them racist, or not chat, but I guess comments. Yeah. All right, so we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna react to this video real quick. This is the PBD podcast. So Patrick Bet David of Valuetainment. I don't know, it's hard to figure out where the videos come from because they got a few channels. So go check them out. They have some interesting guests on there and some interesting conversations. Usually they lean pretty far to the right, so I'll check in every once in a while. We won't always agree most of the time. So I thought this was an interesting video that I saw. I didn't watch all of it because I knew I wanted to talk about it with you guys. So we're going to go ahead and get into it here.
India debate on 70-hour work week. Is it illegal or road to greatness? CNBC. They're worried if this is illegal.
Where do you guys fall, by the way? As far as not even as far as it being illegal, let's say humane. But yeah, humane, or their terminology, road to greatness. So let's hear 70-hour work week.
I just love the fact that CNBC is so deeply concerned about India.
What?
Page 9, Infosys founder Narayana Murthy.
Wasn't it funny that he was annoyed that they were they cared about China at all?
Yes.
He's like, if you never cared about China before, you should never put a story up about China. That's a way to avoid attacking the idea or argument that's being here, and they're just going to go around that and attack CNBC or whatever.
PBD. These controversial statements suggesting that young people should work 70 hours a week to boost India's economy has sparked debate. While some industry leaders agree that such long hours may be necessary for India to compete globally, there's also strong opposition.
I love how he's
concerns about mental health and work-life balance. India's current average work.
It's so dismissive.
He's such a cock, dude.
I know,
He's such a cock.
He's like, it might be bad for people's mental health.
Dude, it kills me that we have a very good friend that literally wakes up at 7 in the morning and turns this on.
So is PBD on, man. What are you even talking about?
We wake up. I wake up at 7:30. No, I'm up, but then at 7:30.
We don't hear, brother, because we're a smaller box. Oh. Yeah, we're a smaller box now.
You always get the text message first thing in the morning of the podcast sent to you, and it's like, why are you watching this?
Here's how to make money. What? All right. No, yeah, I think this is just it's funny just how he's like I said, painting this. He started out by saying debate, but then nothing that's being framed is being framed in a neutral way at all. So I guess we're doing the same.
It's approximately 47.7 hours, already higher than other countries like the U.S. and U.K. and Germany, and industry leaders argue that the greater effort are needed for India to compete with global economic giants, making sacrifices like extended work hours essential. The debate has also highlighted the generational and cultural differences in perspectives on work. Tom, I got so much to say about this, but I'll go to you guys first.
Let me tell you, beware the man that wants to outwork, out-improve you. And
I agree.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't think that they're inside the business of India, and I'm talking about the equivalent of their MBA schools and their CEOs and their national pride, if you don't think they don't look northeast to China and they want to kick their butt as a labor source, as an innovation source, you're not paying attention. And beware the man that wants to outwork you. And that's what India wants to do. They want to outwork people. And
let's see here.
Jada, you're right.
That is what the masters told the slaves. Yes. Yeah, this is an interesting. I'm interested when we start to. It looks like they're going to start to break it down to other countries. And when we're talking about the 70-hour work week, is that an average work week? Is that mandated? So that's a normal work week. So therefore, you're not getting overtime pay or something like that. I'm not even sure if these labor laws exist. So yeah, I think that you know, the framing of this is very interesting. I think, Jay, did you make another interesting point here with the, I watched it, elitist POS, piece of shit. So, yeah, I think that is this mindset. I'm imagining too, by the way, that there's also going to be like because how this guy's framing it, where it's like people that want to work hard, as if this benefits the civilians of India. Because when you're talking about 70-hour work week, you're not talking about like, because I mean, a lot of times I'm sure these guys are going to frame it in a way where it's like working for yourself. They're going to compare it to that in a dishonest way. Like, I put in 70 hours when I was starting my insurance company. Right. These people are not starting their insurance company, or they're not starting their own company. You're talking about 70 hours for them to put in as far as like selling their labor. So as wage slaves. So right. It's like, completely okay. That's the other comment we checked out. Did you have anything to say?
No, I just like I just always find it funny whenever these, I mean, it tends to really be from a side, but that they always tend to like start to threaten a group of people to be afraid of before they get to their point. It's like, look, before we tell you that we think as capitalists that you should work longer hours or longer weeks, which this has been a narrative that has been pushed for a while. I mean, shit, you can go back to Reagan saying that they should go back to the days where kids were selling pencils on the side of the street. Yeah. So it's like there's always been this thing about more labor, and it's like it seems as if they're already painting it, like setting up the picture to then say, hey, see, if we don't do this, we're going to become third world, and they're going to become the superpower. But we'll see where they're going to go with this.
Yeah. And then the Killer movie was a commentary. I actually wanted to watch that, so I will definitely check in on that. I didn't get to it because my daughter, she's just been on the same sleep schedule as me. So we were watching Lord of the Rings, actually.
How is it, dude?
The extended version.
Yeah, lucky you, dude. I've been trying to get my son, dude.
Oh, dude, she was actually pretty into it, but so not
best movie of all time.
Yeah. but she didn't really, it's like 4 hours, the extended cuts, by the way. Long, Wage Slaves is right, yeah. So I mean, totally. And if you're, by the way, what they're not mentioning, as once again, I'm just assuming, knowing the podcast, that they're going to frame it in this mindset of like working for yourself and putting in the investment into yourself. If you're locking people into something like a 70-hour work week, then you're actually limiting the amount of time they have to work for themselves and uplift themselves, uplift their family, and get out of a situation where they have to invest 70 hours a week into a job.
Bro, it kills me because I already work 50 plus doing HVAC, and it's like, that's your overtime. That's how we make money.
Yeah.
I mean, that's where we're in our season. We're making money out of season. It's, you use your savings. But
no,
where do you go from here with 70 fucking hours?
No, 100%. Yeah, I think that, and then if that is, I wonder if they're going to get into those kind of details. If that is what you're proposing, that's another thing to just benefit, the oligarch or the top part of society. If then you're not paying people overtime until they pass the 70-hour threshold, that would be nuts. I hope they do touch on that. But let's go ahead and get back into the video.
What they're basically saying here is that, you know what? We're going to really have a debate on this point, and they're not letting liberal politicians go, no, wait, what about a 30-hour week and 4 days in the office and 1 day from home? And these are industrious people.
They're not letting humanity get the way.
I have a great deal of respect for them. You take a look at the great men and women that have come out of IIT and are part of U.S. companies. And IIT over there is equivalent or even better than our MIT. And so I think this is a dedicated group of people. And I'll tell you, I wouldn't want to go up against them. If I'm China, I don't want to go up against them. And what they're talking about here is just the core of the engine that causes people to pass you.
And Pat, did they make that move recently where the iPhones there's more being made in India than there are in China now?
Yeah, now you're starting to get iPhones being made in India than China, which is great.
Well, they're stepping up their work hours, and they're busting. And Pat, and if you're young, work your ass off.
Well, he said it there. He said that's great. I was going to say, like, I thought that like the whole argument from these people have been to get things away from China, and then now we're finding somewhere else, and it's like, well, that's going to become the problem. It's like, okay, like I get it. I'm all for American factories and things over here, but are the companies willing to pay our wages?
Well, I mean, I think the way to probably handle that is to leverage our consumerism. Like, I mean, if you want to Like, I mean, for example, like Canada had, like, in order to be like a podcast platform in Canada, you have to have a certain amount of, or actually even a like network television. You have to have a certain amount of TV shows that are produced in Canada. So it's like, yeah, so
very interesting.
I think if you put that kind of pressure on these companies, like, hey, if you want to do business with us, somebody will take our money. That's the part of like, kind of like, see, that's the opposite end of this kind of like market system when you start to think about it. When you start to leverage your people's power and your people's money and your people's wealth, and the fact that we're a wealthy country in that way. It's like, hey, and we're a consumer country.
Consumer driven, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, in that way, if you want to do business here, you want to sell us your phones or sell us this or that, then it has to be, produced here, or at least, to a certain extent, it has to be produced here.
Well, that's where I always think that when it comes down to like a tax conversation, you can start saying, hey, listen, you want these tax breaks? Where's your factory? You want a tax break? Yeah. How many American employees? You want a tax break? This, that. You know what I mean? So it's just like, yeah, it's very interesting to see where this conversation goes. But I already love how they're already saying how, well, they don't have any liberals over there to say that we shouldn't work 70 hours. So
yeah,
it's like, oh, okay.
I don't even think that's, and I mean, I
didn't know that was a liberal concept.
I don't think that is, and that is like a issue with this show getting really like just polarized in as far as like from a political aspect, where it's like, dude, that's not necessarily a liberal idea, although it is. I mean, but it's really, I think that's something that most people, if you're a humanitarian, like you care about humans, then it's like, it just is like a no-brainer that you would like the mental health thing that they were like laughing at the beginning of the episode. That's a real thing. If you've worked, then that's a real thing. I mean, what? You know what I mean? Anybody that's clocked in for a 40-hour work week, 30-hour work, whatever. You know what I mean? When you're making sacrifices, these are things to consider if you want a healthy society. That's no-brainer. Not something to laugh about.
Selfish. I mean, let's even look at selfish people, because I mean, that's somebody who has to care about everybody else in society. So even at yourself, do you want to fucking work 70 hours in a week? No. I mean, this concept is only for the fat cats, the people who are going to benefit from it.
And I think that what's going to be interesting to see, just because like I said, I've seen Pat make so many arguments at this point that I have to imagine he's going to talk about his insurance company at some point here and talk about putting hours in. So, but once again, that is a completely different thing. If in order for Patrick to live, he had to put 70 hours in at another job, he may not have ever started the insurance company. He would have just never had the bandwidth. Before we start, let's read this comment. Actually, the U.S. is the largest consumer. Of course, our government is a complete shit show. Best possible situation for the most soulless of capitalists.
Bingo.
Yeah, there we are.
Who gives a shit if it's
they're stepping up in Apple's also.
I got to tell you, there's probably a lot of people in India who are working. They're being like, hold on, what?
What are you
I'm working right now, 42 hours, and I had to go 70? So it all depends on who you are.
By the way, this is supposed to be the liberal guy on the show.
Yeah, it seems like it. Jesus Christ. He's giving that one up.
Yeah, he botched it. I mean, he's giving the fake liberal argument right here because he's not really. But they always say he's actually a Democrat. They like shit on him. Yeah, literally, he's a fucking plant from them. Like, but yeah, he's like, oh, people in India are probably like, what the fuck? And then he's probably about to tell you how it's great.
Who you want to be. If you're an entrepreneur, an intrapreneur, or a salesperson, if you're actually working on commission or you own the business, dude, 70 hours, no brainer. I've been there. I've done that. I'm sure you've worked.
Love it when you're working in all the gates.
Can't wait. Yeah, when you're making all the money for the business. What the fuck?
And they're about to tell you that you're going from 47 hours a week to 70. Alarm bells are going off in your head. Again, it depends on who you are and who you want to be. By the way, here are the 5 countries with the longest work weeks. Number 1 at the top of the list is the UAE, 52 hours a week. Then you have Gambia at 50 hours, Bhutan at 50, Lesotho, never heard of this country, 49.8, and the Congo at 48.6. Then you have countries.
They're counting fucking farmers, people that literally farm for themselves. What the fuck are we even talking about?
Countries at the bottom of the list as far as 9 to 5 type work weeks. I haven't heard of half of these countries. Vanuatu, 24 hours a week. Kiribati, 27 hours a week. Mozambique, 28 hours a week. Rwanda, 28. Austria, 29. So there's precedent here is all that I'm freaking saying. And,
hold on,
all right, you found
precedent.
That. Thank you.
Hold on, precedent. Okay, so let's even use that. Let's say this is precedence. Then,
or is this excluding the USA? Because didn't they just show something earlier where we were 47.7, something like that?
Yeah. No, this is I think the opposite. This is the lowest.
Oh, lowest.
All right. 24, 27,
yeah, I see.
28, and then Austria.
I've seen that. Yeah.
No, yeah.
So if India wants to go from 47 to 50 and surpass UAE at 52, 53, go for it, guys. You have the largest population in the world.
Yep.
But to go from 53 to 57 to 58 to 60 to mandated 70, if you don't have that entrepreneurial spirit or try to build a business or a salesperson, which I was, which I understand, and you're just a 9-to-5 type employee, that could be very shocking.
It's a whole different element we're not talking about. Let me tell you what it is. Okay, so what is the secret sauce for parents to make sure their kids don't do drugs growing up? What do you do?
Expose them to the wrongs of doing drugs.
Show them people that have failed.
What do you do?
Hold on.
It's a very simple phrase.
Real quick? He did not just say that the way you keep your kids. Oh shit, my bad.
No, you're all good.
The way that you keep your kids off of drugs is to indoctrinate them into seeing what drugs are, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's what he's saying.
Interesting.
Yeah. Oh, well, what do you say?
Just the argument.
Make it clear for me. I'm not following. Yeah.
Almost as if it's okay to show kids something when it's up. My argument's going nowhere right now, but I knew what I was saying then.
You're okay.
But I'm just relaying it to LGBTQ.
Oh, okay.
How they're against it, but now he's bringing it in.
Gotcha.
I was just going to stumble. I was going to stumble over it.
Make sure your kids don't get involved in stupid things. Keep your kids what?
Yeah, we did.
Keep them busy, right? Do things, which is what? Sports, activities, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, no problem.
He's like, you get rid of the child fucking labor laws too. Let them work.
Dude, I'm telling you, that has been a narrative from far right people since Reagan.
He just said, how do you keep your kids out of trouble? Keep them busy. Is that why have a 70-hour work week? I want to know how many hours a week does his son work, I wonder. You know what I mean? And I wonder what he does.
Dude.
If how he would feel, his son putting in, let's see here, probably no point in living under that system. Insane. Europe is fine, and they would straight protest over even 40 hours.
Yeah, did it not, Jada, please correct me if I'm wrong, because I know you will. Weren't there multiple European countries that went to trying the 3-day work week or 4-day work week? And I know that there are some school boards in America that are talking about adapting a 4-day
here though,
school.
bro. They're trying to take people's fucking health care. That's what that's about. It's coming from the other end.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, it's coming from the other end.
That's fucking
exactly. They're like, have more time at home.
No wonder they're giving us.
They're
just trying to keep us.
But yeah, that's why socialize the health care. Yeah, people should work less. I'm with that. Spend time with your kids. Novel idea. You aren't doing that. If you're slaving around. Yeah, I agree. And I mean, he's saying like, oh, keep them busy. How about another way to keep your kids out of trouble? And then also forget out of trouble in the moment, but then also like get them the furthest in life in the long term.
Right.
The parents' influence is obviously huge in that. I think we see that with from 2-parent households and the success and things like that. It's just from graduation and things. Did you have something else you're bringing up?
I'm gonna get there. Just go.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
If you want to lower crime in your city, what do you do with your population?
Give them jobs. Make
Keep
them
them busy. Yeah. Positive distraction. I would much rather have my city, my guys working at a younger age in their 20s than doing anything else. If guys are working.
How else do you keep the crime down? I mean, look, hey, take all the guns, make sure they're not allowed to leave their house, make there be a mandatory curfew, make it a totalitarian, fucking authoritarian government. You know what I mean? If we're just talking about how do we make less crime? These points are fucking dog shit. A matter of fact, PBD, bring SAPP on that bitch, and I'm gonna shit on you. I'm just gonna let you know that. Like honestly, just with logic, we don't even have to go past the surface level that you're trying to bring up this fucking misdirect bullshit. How do you keep everybody out of trouble? How does everybody stay busy and happy? Well, they weren't. What the fuck are you even saying? No, people need to have time with their kids. The influence of the parent needs to be in the household as much as possible. We do that in spite of jobs, not because of jobs. I don't see how jobs make us better parents. I don't agree with any of the fucking points that he's making.
Bro,
dog shit.
It's absolute dog shit when you as a parent have to think about, man, I really want to take my kid on a trip. So you know what? Let me go ahead and work double time. So that way I can afford it. Let me spend less time with my kid on a day-to-day basis raising them. So that way I can get a couple of days away from my hellhole to just be away with
and
them.
then to paint this like they did the right thing at the beginning by just saying like, hey, beware the fucking country that will fucking slave their people out, fucking work really fucking hard. That is, I guess, the best positive argument to make here, because it's like to try to like manipulatively spin the argument around and make it as if it's beneficial to these people, as if they're working for themselves. If you're a salesperson, if you're a salesperson, you have the choice to do that. Give people the absolute choice to make that decision if they want to pour 70 hours into their career because it works for them at the moment. But mandating it and making it like basically a competitive requirement that you have to, in order to compete with my neighbor,
I'm telling you,
for the same job, I have to be basically willing to do what they're willing to do. My bad, I didn't read that out, but abolish poverty. And then here we got abolish desperation equals low crime. Yes, spend quality time with your family, like watching Lord of the Rings. That is what makes life worth living. 100%. Yeah,
listen, I did see where you said that it's one of the greatest movies, so thank you. But no, honestly, no, like do one of the things that my pappy always says, and he's right when it comes to just people in general in our nature. When you make somebody hungry, they will do anything for food. You will never starve. There's not going to be a person on this planet that's just going to be like, you know what? I don't want food, to the point of death. Yes, you're going to have your people who are obviously, sadly, battling something where they're not going to want to eat for whatever reasons. But when it comes to like flat out starvation, you will kill over food. 100%. And then you look at these areas and
your neighborhoods that even outside yourself. Right. Yeah, it's true desperation. That's the best word for it, probably.
Dude, and you got people who are poor. You got people who see in these bad areas that see that, all right, well, sure, my dad might have a job, but he ain't making shit.
Yeah.
And over here, this crime, I can make a lot more money a lot faster. So shit. Yeah. If you make it to where not everybody has the best lifestyle, but to where everybody can just comfortably get by. That's not going on trips just because you're working a minimal job, but being able just to survive and not have to suffer.
Yeah.
Dude, crime would obviously go down.
Sure. I mean,
us as a society, educationally, would go up. Just the intellectual value of it all would go up. You would have more time with your family. You would be happier. Yeah. You would be able to do more things that's not just entertainment based. So that way you can mask everything that you are depressed about and just let time pass.
Yeah.
I mean, it just is what it is. But
this says the Nordic countries have 3 to 4 day work weeks. Coincidentally, they have low crime rates as well.
So much as people have. I mean, listen, man, I feel like we do need to go to a simpler lifestyle. I mean, we talked about this before, but I mean, we really enjoy our life.
I think honestly, but also I feel like our life for the most part is pretty simple. Like, I mean, there's people out there that don't have a simple life. That's why when we're talking about like taxes and stuff, if it's impossible for somebody to buy like a fucking mega yacht, am I gonna lose any sleep over that? You know what I mean? Like, that's really where I think we start. That's not really where we're crunching down. Like, I mean, I remember we had a talk in the chat, and oh man, this is one of the times I wish that I had Deuce here, because I think he was the one that was against us. But we were talking about the billionaire thing, and like basically like, why does anybody have to be a billionaire in America when we start to talk about wealth distribution? Now, I mean, I guess like to like say his argument a little bit as far as like just the in America being able to reach that level of wealth, I think, and I might be bastardizing kind of what he was trying to say, but that's what I'm saying. I wish I had that pushback there, but yeah, I mean, when you start to talk about those kind of things, it's like, yeah, that's the kind of wealth that I think just doesn't even make any fucking sense. Most of us are living a relatively simple life and have difficulty maintaining that, which is where it's like, what the fuck? Right. And people that are doing way worse than that can't even achieve a simple life, a comfortable life.
Right. Well,
you know what I'm saying? Like, that really should be unacceptable in a place in the same country where we have the most billionaires in the fucking world.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, and the thing that I was talking about, like, there should not be a fucking yacht in this goddamn country when there's a city that doesn't have clean water. And I guess that's just people choose to do with their money with what it is. Like I said, right. I'm just trying to speak to that pushback. I know that's what it would be, but it's like, I don't agree with that.
No. Again, I like me personally, man. Like, I feel as if when I said the whole thing about simpler lifestyle, what I'm referring to is we have a Walmart, and the reason why we have a Walmart is because everybody wanted that one stop, everything's there, right? and then up it's the cheaper price. And what did that do? That created a multi-billionaire family that has helped monopolize certain industries and pushed away small business owners. It pushed away the little man. Everything gets bought out. We've done that with everything that we really find convenient.
Sure.
And if we were to do away with that, and it would be less simple, but you go to more markets, you eat more fresh foods, you're going to benefit society more. So I feel like there's that. And then, I feel like, let's say Simp Politic goes off to where you're getting a few 100,000 streams live, right? To where you're at a Pat McAfee level.
Yeah. So millions.
All the eat sauces, rubs, and grubs.
I'd be lovely
right?
with that.
All the eat sauces, rubs, and grubs goes way off, dude, to where I'm Heinz.
Yeah.
I still don't see where I'll ever be at that billionaire status, the multi-billion-dollar status. So I like my thing is trying to say that you billionaires shouldn't really exist in that regard.
Yeah.
Isn't shitting on the American dream or trying to say that there is no American dream and there's no way for success and riches.
Okay.
It's not saying that. It's saying that, yes, do that. But at the end of the day, to get to that level, you have to own parts of the world. And that's really what these people are. Like you have these princes who, man, the world's their sandbox basically. And we're just all little ants inside their little snow globe. When it comes to some of these people who like Bezos, who we have monopoly laws, but he has somehow seemed to go around them and own things in every market. The guy practically owns everything. And then he can buy out everything. You got it in the real estate market. When are people going to stop living in apartments? Do we have apartments going up everywhere in villas because the single family homes disappearing?
Brother, make sure you're in here. Remember, small.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, small box.
But yeah, it's but it's like the small family homes disappearing, and it's becoming single family homes who are people owning homes and becoming conglomerates. So it's like, where does that end, and how do we end it to where it's not going to be detrimental 15, 20, 25, 30 years down the road? The only way to do so is to implement a system that, yes, we can have gains, financial gains, but also within reason that's not going to destroy society. Because at the end of the day, we have to think about society and how all of us can move forward together. I mean, it is what it is. And like I said, when it comes down to it, like, because at the end of the day, hunger and need and desperation creates problem, you know?
Sure. Yeah.
But
well, I mean, desperation.
Thank you for my diatribe. I've been
no, you're good.
Man,
I'm gonna let you go.
The dudes you were here, I would not been able to get any of that out. Oh man.
No, but maybe you needed to shut the fuck up. Oh wait, no, that was good. That was good. No, that's fire. OMG, speaking of yachts, Vogue has a cover story on the repulsive Bezos couple gag. Yeah.
No, let them love.
Let them love. I mean, like I said, it's just, I think just having a yacht is just so fucking grotesque, but sick at the same time. So it's like, I understand wanting, and I'm not even saying that really you shouldn't be able to get yachts, but I mean, hey, you're gonna have to fucking budget with that yacht within your fucking hundreds of millions of dollars. Figure it out. But like billions of dollars to put that in fucking terms is incredible. Yes, Paul, Walmart and Amazon have destroyed all fair competition and small businesses all over the place.
Yes.
And then Paul is on fire. There you go. Yeah, no, Paul's cooking up. Let's get back into the fucking podcast we were watching. They were not on fire. No. They were fucking a wet blanket. Yeah, they were a wet blanket, but they did get us here. Hold on. I saw the comment pop up. There you go. $500 million yacht. That's what I'm saying. You could buy, so you could have, if you had $900 million, you could figure out a yacht in that. It's gonna be you have to take a sacrifice. Like I have to take a sacrifice when I gotta get when I want to get the fucking 20 count instead of the 10 count.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. Like real life people, like, bro, think about this. I fix people's air conditioning systems for a living, which the industry has purposely made it to where their systems break more so that you have to get more and their warranties do less. Like
chill, Paul.
They went from copper to aluminum, a weaker metal, but a higher head pressure gas,
the whistle right now,
which is hotter gas, which means it expands more. A weaker metal under more expansion,
you're blowing the whistle.
Right? It's going to leak more with 4 different types of metal in one place. Okay, I'm not an engineer, but we all know what it's going to do. Okay, so they do that intentionally. It's corporate America. But dude, like think about it like this: Texas A&M. Okay. just spent $76 million to fire somebody.
Oh, wow.
And it's not that the university just did it. It was that their boosters put together the funds. Now, these boosters are going to be people who own some oil companies, some other Fortune 500 companies, some military, some companies that have military contracts. I mean, it's a military school, right? So who would their boosters and graduates really be, right? So they are people who, these elitists, we all know, fire people based off of revenue
jumping
numbers,
out there right now.
right?
I'm just letting you know.
I'm just like,
you have a family. You have a family.
I get it. Right. But what I'm saying is, dude, these people probably complain every time that they have to put out payroll for how much payroll they pay, right? To people who actually bust their ass and work and build them their fucking fortunes.
Oh, sure.
Okay. They were willing to pay $76 million to fire somebody.
Yeah. No, I mean,
over football games.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Over 2 football games a year. Because really, if he wins 2 more a year, he keeps his job. And it's like $76 million.
Yeah. This happened this year?
Yeah, they just fired him. Yeah, they just fired Jimbo. And then the rumors
they fired Jimbo.
that they're willing to pay
Jimbo $70 million to walk?
Yeah, $76 million to walk. Jimbo buyout. Dude, then they're talking
about they need to tax Jimbo. Jimbo's rich as fuck too. Don't get it twisted.
And they're talking about paying up to $200 million contract for your coach. They're looking at Dan Lanning, who that would be a $20 million buyout from Oregon just to get him, which that's if he would leave.
Yeah.
But bro, you're talking about them doing $76 million to fire somebody, $20 million just to hire somebody, and then $200 million to give them.
Yeah.
Right.
God.
And we're talking about people don't have water.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Bro, we're talking about water prices going up bottles of water, dude. Like, are you fucking serious?
Yeah.
But man, so it's like, excuse me that like I get side-eyed because I buy Fiji because I want spring fucking water instead of purified.
Yeah, why are you supporting fucking Fiji?
Yeah, my bad. Or I just buy spring water instead of fucking purified. I have to make that decision.
I drink American.
And these motherfuckers like, you know what, man, I don't really like the way he coaches football games. Like,
I drink Zephyr Hills.
I get it. They work harder than me.
American.
You're right. I don't work hard enough.
I support the American fucking goddamn water fucking guy.
Yeah, only if I worked harder in life, you know.
Oh, man. Shit. All right, well, let's get back. Hey, 70 hours a week if you would have put that in.
Yeah, I need to put up more. Yeah.
Imagine if you would have, though. Hey, great.
70 hours a week.
Imagine if you could have. That's the point, really.
Well, guess what? They're probably like, dude, man, I'm going to be passing out on Friday. I'm good, but I party Saturday. So I get these guys to party from 1 night a week to 2 times. When I was running a sales team, let me tell you what I used to do on January 1st. You ready? When I was ask anybody that worked with me, they're going to tell you, Pat would freaking do this every day.
Can I guess what you did?
Go for it.
Okay, I'm guessing.
Go ahead. January 1st.
On January 1st, you had a 9 a.m. meeting.
8 a.m. Not 9 a.m. is late.
8 a.m. on the day after?
On January 1st.
8 a.m.
I don't care if
Pat, that is abuse.
Go ahead and say it. It's sales.
By the way, I would have been there at 8 a.m.
I know you would have been.
I just wouldn't have slept.
But here's the thing. You know what happened? So guess what happened when I started running meetings on January 1st, 8 a.m.? You know what happened? Our DUIs went down. Why?
How many DUIs?
People know not to
Wait
drink.
a minute. What happens? Have you been in sales before? What do salespeople do? Drink and drive.
Yeah.
That's what they do. What do you want to do after work? Let's go have a drink. Are you kidding me? I lowered DUIs.
Yeah.
So
oh my God, dude. Oh my God.
That's one thing I love that. I love he fucking made that claim.
Dude,
I love he claimed he lowered DUIs. He's like, one of my guys would have 100% got a DUI. Fucking alcoholics.
He's a guy that will walk in the sales meeting and then quote a fucking Wolf of Wall Street. Fucking break something against her.
This motherfucker right here probably does the chest beat thing, right? Like in real life.
No, bro, I try.
How many times you jack off a day? None of your goddamn business, weirdo.
I tried to do sales once, and then I hated it.
Oh,
but the sales manager coming every Saturday, dude.
Same. Somebody told me recently I'd be good at sales.
Dude, car sales sucks. It's such a lie. Hey, listen, let me tell you something. Such a lie. It's such like
now imagine hitting people with those interest rates.
Dude, oh my God, dude. I can imagine. But it's like every time you walk with someone, they're like, hey, listen, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to pay. And you're like, all right, cool. That sounds reasonable. So you put them on a car that fits that. And then you get them to the table and you're like, hey, manager, this is what they want. So let's stay within reason. And then they come out way unreasonable. And it's like, I got to present this realistically to somebody. Yeah. Like, and it's like, all right.
Hold on. Are you talking from so you're talking from the salesperson's perspective?
Yes.
You're saying the people would go too low.
No. Okay. Like let's say, so the way it works,
because you're blowing the whistle on all these industries.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Fuck them. So listen, the way like it goes is like, you're like, hey, listen, I I want to come in and get this car, right? Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right. So the typical thing was like $200 every 10,000. It's like typical for like decent credit, right? So it's like, all right. So if like we talk and I build a good rapport with you and you tell me, hey, listen, man, my credit's really not that great. Like, but man, I really want to stay around $350 a month. So it's like, all right, cool. I'll put you on something around like 14, like 13, 14, reasonable.
And you're gonna stick them with the fucking loan for goddamn 10 years anyway.
6 years, but listen, this is what it is. Like, and I'm trying to do like at least money down.
Do you tell them you're fucking them that way? I mean,
no,
not that you're
but I'm not even trying to fuck them. I'm trying to do like reasonable. Like the dealership's gonna make money. I'm gonna make a little money. You're gonna get a good deal. We all win.
Isn't
here,
that
right?
how you fucking them? Or isn't that how you're fucking them on the lower per month? I mean, per month cost, right?
What do you mean?
As the salesman, when you're going in there like, hey, you know, I want how low or what monthly payment do you want? You know, that's a sales trick, right? To like try to come in on a number there. So, but then in reality, you're really fluctuating the number on the back end in order and kind of like fucking them. And like a lot of people, if you're not savvy, then you don't even know that, right?
Okay, yeah. So context.
I'm really blowing the whistle on it. Then now you look like you're fucking in on it still.
Context. How many? No. Listen. Context. I'm an 11 car guy. I was an 11 car guy a month. I got like 11 car a month.
Is that good?
Decent. I just.
Okay. Somebody told me the other day they sold like 30 a month. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I didn't like taking. I wasn't cold calling. I'm not calling you at 7 a.m. And I don't like just walking up on people. Like you got to come in.
Why did you have to call 7 a.m.?
Again, that's why I wasn't a good salesman.
Okay, yeah,
okay. I'm just I give a good walk around. And I'll give you a good time.
Give you a hell of a walk around, I bet.
Yeah. But really, no. Like I'm trying to find a reasonable price. Like that's going to work. So I don't want you to get onto a car, love the car, and then come in and like you can't afford the car. That's the worst thing that you want to do. So in order to get that answer that you were saying, one of the tricks that they tell me, I'm saying all that because someone can kill me on this. Yeah, they could kill me because I probably wasn't great. But I would say like, all right, what are you looking to pay a month? But with like that's part of the thing. And then they're like, oh, let's say 300. Like, okay, and up to like 315, and no more than. But not as like blunt, like gotcha. And then you get there, and like I would like walk around and get there. So then you know, like where they
you're cutting the bullshit, like where you're
like where they would go. So,
so
then I go to my manager and say, hey, listen, I got them on this car. This is what they are willing. Like this is the most.
100%. I've asked.
This is where they want to be. Yeah. So let's kind of be like if you're going to go over, if they say 350, do like 364. Like 500 down, you might be able to get them there, but don't come out unreasonable because I know he wants to try to make his money up front. So I'm like, all right, no, dude, they'll come out with like, let's say they say 350 with a $2,000, $3,000 down, $420 a month.
Damn,
$430 a month. Now I come out with that. Now you think I'm lying to you? I'm bullshitting.
Yeah,
and it's like all that trust just went out the door, and it's like, what the fuck was this even for?
Yeah,
so. So yeah, I forgot where we were even fucking.
No, we were talking about jobs and all kinds of shit.
But I had a manager. I had a fucking manager that would come in and be like, "If your grandma comes in, you need to crack her fucking head open. I want $10,000 made on her." And dude, he walked around with a fucking baseball bat, and I'm like,
Did his family come in and he's just like fucking him over? And he's like, yeah, I'm fucking getting them.
Listen, there was one guy, Johnny, that dude, he would fucking his mom had some. I think she had a stroke and there's something he took advantage.
Oh, dude, my God. He had her in there buying cars.
It was bad. So again, I got out of it quick.
This is the third time this month.
Quick, man. I got out of it.
You know how it is. Mom likes to.
I can't do this. I'm not a liar. I'm selling minis.
No, that's wild.
I'm working 60, 70-hour weeks.
Yeah.
Because you're open to close 6 days a week.
Damn.
Bro, it's bad.
Putting it in. So sales jobs suck.
For real.
For real. I'm with you on that. Sales is soul sucking. Feel it. They keep you focused on the monthly, then you find out you'll be paying forever. Car lots are the worst. Yeah. They wear customers down.
They do.
Definitely. Yeah.
And then I'm gonna go think about it. Like, why'd you let him leave? Because I'm not gonna say him like, no, you're gonna fucking stay. It's like, you got to let them talk to me first. It's like, no,
you're there all day.
I'm not their parent. They're going to want to leave. They want to leave. They want to go down the street by a car. I can't control that.
These salespeople got to spend 70 hours of their fucking life at the dealership anyways.
Like,
they're trying to fucking.
So that's why I wasn't good at it. And I was like, all right, I'm out. Like, where are you leaving? I'm like, because this isn't made for me, man. I'm going to go back to AC.
Yeah. Oh, it was after you had already done.
I was doing new construction and I fucking hated it. So I was like, I'll do anything but
This.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. Well,
Net positive to society. I mean, if I get
That's
people to
safe.
party, what happens if you get a city to party one fewer night the other
Saving
night?
the world.
If you get
people dying in the
less
streets.
DUIs, less problems,
hospitals.
A lot of bars are going to go out of
Everything.
business.
I'm not in that
No.
business though. But if you think about the behavior is a better behavior. So yes, I don't mind doing 70 hours. And by the way, US, CNBC, that journalist from Columbia or Yale or Cornell or whatever school you went to, okay, that told you it's just not good, and you're the work from home gang community, right? You guys all go in these work from home chats and talk to each other while you're watching Netflix and chill and whatever freaking show you're watching. Guess what India's doing?
Employee.
Laughing at you. Flat out laughing at your face. They're saying, what a freaking American. I'm in the Shaw's documentary stuff I'm listening to right now. You know what's one of the things he called America and the West? He said the American people take one too many sleeping pills. And they need to wake up. The American people take one too many sleeping pills. This is a guy that when he became the king of Iran, the literacy rate in Iran was 1%. Only 1% of Iran could read. You know what he did 10, 20 years later? He took it from 1 to 50%. Wow. How do you do that? High standards, high expectations, getting people to work, getting people to be smarter. So India, I hope you don't listen to none of these clowns who are these journalists at 23 years old writing an article like this bashing you. I hope you whoop some ass. Yes. I hope India stays focused and you dominate every one of these clowns that knocks you guys working 70 hours a week. And one day when you wake up in your 30s, 40s, you're like, listen, now if I want to work 70, I'll do it because I chose to. But at least in the years where you make the biggest, dumbest mistakes, 20s, you got away with making fewer mistakes because
yeah. No, I was going to say, isn't India working with Russia and China and Iran and all that for the
BRICS shit?
Yeah, for the BRICS shit.
I think so. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know offhand. I don't recall India specifically, but I mean, go if you want to look it up on the side, go for it. That could be interesting. This guy sounds fucking anti-American.
That's what
right
I'm saying.
I don't know.
Pretty pro this.
Interesting. Yeah, that is me. Work from home and wouldn't go back. I feel you on that.
I feel you.
But not me. Yeah. The Shah of Iran was corrupt, hoarded the wealth of the country, and rightfully got thrown out. PBD is not that smart, is he?
Yeah, BRICS is Brazil, Russia. So India was one of the original countries of BRICS. It stood for Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa.
There you go. All right, India's in BRICS.
Yeah,
all white BRICS.
So white tan BRICS. Pro dictator, huh? All
right, PBD is not that smart. Yeah, I read that. All right, so let's get back into it.
You were working your butt off building a company, Tom.
I agree with you 100%. You know, at my house, I'm known as being a little intense at the holidays because I start to get bored between Christmas and New Year's because I don't turn off my brain. And Kim and I have had this tradition. We sit down, we plan, we do our taxes on New Year's Eve, believe it or not. New Year's Eve, we go over to people's house. But the day New Year's Eve, you know what? We're planning to do our taxes. New Year's Day, we get up and we make the plan for the year. Where are we going? What are we doing? We confirm, vacations, stuff like that. And when you keep yourself occupied, good things happen. Very good things happen. And I think good things are about to happen for India. And I do not think it's a bad practice to be more on top of your game and more intense and focus a little bit more. I mean, I teach my girls work ethic. I teach them strong work ethic. It's not how many hours you work, and it's until the objective is completed. I talk about them a lot. And right now, India's objective, they talk about this. What are they talking about? Long-term industrial competitiveness. Is compete with global economic giants. Those are the objectives they're putting on there. And somebody is looking at it and saying, if we want to do this, guys, this is the price.
I'll bet you any money, too, that the girl that wrote that article, she was writing it from home.
Actually, 100%. I actually am curious to know. Rob, can you go look up who wrote the article?
And guys, probably on the couch. This isn't like the government in India mandating this. This isn't even a proposal. This is one serious entrepreneur. His proposal, his idea, Naranya Murthy, he's the founder of Infosys. So I think it's just something that he put out there to see the test sort of the marketplace. I would love to see what the people of India have to say if you're going to go from 47 hours, what is it, to 70. What's the increase on
their
that?
ass off.
You know, Adam, come with me. Let's go to
35%.
Let's go to Hyderabad, India. Let's go to the tech center that supplies a lot of support to the U.S. companies, front-end engineers, back-end engineers, iOS, Android engineers, Ruby on Rails, Python guys. And you'll tell me they'll look at 70 hours and are like, where can I get that job?
Yeah,
they're busting ass right now.
What?
Yeah, let them. I love that when people would say to me, I would go to my friends and I would see them and they would say, Patrick, you're working too hard. Don't you think you're working too hard? You think it's healthy? You think it's this?
70 hours.
They're not worried about you, Pat. They were worried about themselves.
Exactly. They're worried about the fact that you're advancing, and it's like, hey, do you think this is healthy? Do you think this? I'm like, dude, listen.
What's the breakdown, by the way? How many? Is it 6 days a week or 5 days a week? Because if it's 5 days a week, what is that? 14 hours a day. And if it's 6 days a week, what is that? 11, 12 hours a week? A day?
It's not a crazy number, by the way.
No, I've been there. I've done that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
And guess what? It worked for you.
It worked for me, no doubt.
Yeah.
But if
Aren't
you're
you
built
doing
that
that now?
way, you know, if you tell a typical employee who's used to 9 to 5, by the way, you're now 9 to 9.
If you sell it, if you sell the benefits of it, if you sell the benefits, it's got to be the person's choice. You don't have. Not everybody needs to do it.
Of
but if
course
you sell the
you have to
benefits
sell
of it,
it.
let me tell you,
So why doesn't
anybody
he
you're in the
sell?
hunt with, in anything.
He might.
whether it's
I don't know what the
military,
fuck he does.
Whether it's
yeah.
business.
I mean, he had his
whether
own
it's-
business.
It doesn't matter what you're
Right.
doing. If you're
Yeah.
in the
Why
hunt
is
with
he selling
somebody,
that? The other
level
guy
of
doesn't,
bond
as far
you
as I
build
know,
with
and
those
it's like,
people when you're in the hunt,
if you did,
for the rest of your life, when you guys look at each other,
you
you have a
know,
smile on your
point.
face because
Why
you
not
know what
just
you
work?
guys paid, the price you paid together while you build whatever you built.
There's one X factor here. The wife who's always complaining that you're never home because you work too hard. Now you're working even harder. I don't know. I think those wives are going to get kind of angry.
You
You're
talk
gonna have to
about
listen
it
to women,
upfront.
guys.
You ask
You're gonna have to listen to women. Have a feeling
So if
about
you
what
like
you're
this
doing.
clip and you want to watch another one,
You're
click
gonna
right
have to
here. And
listen
if
to
you
your
want
partner,
watch
guys.
the entire
Unfortunately, you hear us? I don't know. Maybe never come home. Maybe do 100 hours a week. And no one wants to talk to the customer service in India. Not cost saving because you can't understand what they're saying, and it takes 10 times longer to get anything done. F these guys. Yeah, I'm with you on that. That's actually that's interesting. I hadn't thought of that. That it might be less cost effective because you have to spend more time trying to get shit figured out. And if it's with a company that you have the option to maybe shop with a competitor, maybe you choose to based off that kind of experience. You may lose money in that way as a business. No, I definitely, but I agree with that sentiment.
Again, and at the end of the day, American consumers.
And by the way, though, they're already competitive
Exactly.
with their 47-hour work week. They're
That's
already
what-
competitive in these fields.
Right.
And they're talking about industrialization. The one guy was anyways. Well, and while he was talking about his daughter, well, okay, then I would like to. I wonder if he would be okay with his daughter making this kind of sacrifice, 70 hours a week to industrialize. We have the fortunate perspective to look at it as far as like, we're already in a country that doesn't have to industrialize to that extent.
Right.
So I mean, yeah.
Now, what I was going to say is like that's one of the things is like, okay, first of all, a lot of our stuff is already made in India. Second of all, like that comes down to like, again, consumers, American consumers looking at where your products are made and who made it and trying to make a stand on that. I mean, I don't know. I mean, you don't have to
sometimes
support
the India,
but
I mean, the fucking customer service is
you have no choice.
Indian. Yeah. And it's not a fucking,
I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah.
A lot of our customer service sucks too.
customer
service,
dude. A lot of our
sucks.
service fucking sucks,
But-
man. I wish they'd hire some Indians at the fucking Ruby Tuesdays down the street
Dude,
or whatever the fuck it's
we
called.
have the worst.
They got the rudest
worst.
assholes working in there.
I've always said
Yeah.
that Charlotte County probably has the worst like working population I've ever seen, dude. Like our restaurants are the dirtiest.
God.
And it's not. We're not even like this like little like dirt town like either. Like
People just don't have fucking manners.
they had no manners, they had no integrity. And listen, I love us, man.
Oh,
But at the
man,
same
man.
time, it's like, why does every restaurant suck?
I feel like they're pretty cool though.
It's
Like,
like, what
when
the
I'm just
fuck?
walking, when I'm just moving
What up, one
around,
good one? No,
when I'm moving around, I feel like I usually run into really cool people. But when I sit
Always.
somewhere and I'm fucking paying for the goddamn service, I am treated like a fucking sea urchin.
great people, horrible work ethic.
Yeah, fucking
No,
terrible.
But what I was looking at,
Um,
what I was trying to find earlier was because he brought up the UAE
Yes.
and how they have a higher a working they work more hours than us,
Yeah.
right?
like 50 hours or something.
Yeah. Their poverty rate is 19.5%
Jesus
compared to
Christ.
ours 15.
Yeah.
So they are ranked 6th highest
They're like, hey, do you want to make $6? Well, you got to work 70 hours if I'm going to pay that.
But it's like, so their whole theory behind you working more hours makes you more money like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't translate ever.
Yeah.
It never translates. So
that's why Indians are immigrating here and opening gas stations for real. Yeah. Well, I mean, hey, and other places, but yeah, gas stations.
A lot of people,
convenience stores and shit. Yeah, I mean, Indians will own some shit. There's no doubt on that. So yeah, they'll come here and they'll say, "Hey, fuck working 70 hours a week," in whatever conditions you're talking about. We're just gonna come here. We're gonna scream at people to get out of our fucking place of if they're not going to buy anything.
And then another thing about UAE real quick.
Yeah, go.
Their percent of the GDP by their public, 42%.
Oh my God.
Right.
Yeah.
So again, we can keep idolizing a country over there and keep helping everything.
Yeah.
But buddy,
keep fucking jerking off to the idea of fucking Indians working for goddamn 70 hours. Yeah. Come on, PBD, tighten up. We need some more diversity of thought up there. Invite your boy up here. Up there, it's not even a far drive for me. I'll sit in the fucking bank that you guys do, and I'll torch you motherfuckers left to fucking right. But it'll be a good time. Let's see what else do we want. Oh, let's get into some football real quick and throw it off just because I didn't get to see too much of it. Go check out Gates Open Media. My man's going through some things, so just go show some love. Go follow his channel. Go find him on social media. He's going through a tough time right now, so I'll keep you guys abreast as far as that entire situation. But abreast. But yeah, so I mean, but go show him some love. I didn't catch a lot of football because I was hanging out, seeing him on Sunday, and but I did get to see the Bills game last night. And Josh Allen, which I mean, I'll be honest, somebody that I've defended quite a bit coming into the season. I still personally view him as an elite quarterback, but I know. Yeah, go ahead.
Elite talent.
Yeah.
Some of us have had to realize throughout life.
Yeah.
And hopefully he does.
No,
there's more to it.
Yeah, I think
more to it.
Well, I mean, honestly, I think that some of it is they got rid of the offensive coordinator Ken Dorsey, and I think some of it, honestly, he has not been using his legs the same this year, and that's something that is a real threat for him. And I think that if they're able to work that in the game more, then I think that we would see him be just more dynamic. Like, he's somebody that can be effective in like a power run kind of scheme, not overall scheme, but I'm saying like as far as like if you run him on some power quarterback runs, then he can do some damage, and also he can scramble with the ball, but he still has an elite arm. So not all those guys can do that. For example, like if Lamar Jackson was to rely on his arm the same way Josh Allen maybe were to have to, then I have some questions there.
Right.
And I did miss his game this week, but I saw Lamar Jackson lost to the Browns and saw some criticism there.
Late game, second half mistakes.
Yeah. But with Josh Allen. Yeah.
Well, with Lamar too.
Okay. Well, go ahead.
Well, and the thing is with Josh, man, like, but that's the thing, man. His upside is excellent, and that's always great. But at the end of the day, it's the nuances of the game, right? It's what happens in the crucial moments. What do you do on third downs? What do you do on fourth down? What do you do in the red zone? And if you're constantly turning the ball over, and especially in crucial moments, then you're more detrimental to your team than you are when you're not. So it's like, I understand, like you're right. There was less running the ball with him. Mm-hmm. I think that as an offense coordinator or coach, I would also want to pull that away, because I would rather, instead of just having you run the ball all the time, just out of scheme. Yeah. I mean, he can always do that when the play breaks down. Yes.
Do you think he's been more hesitant? That's one thing I've observed from my perspective.
Maybe he's trying to read into social media. Maybe he's trying to read into things about him always trying to run. Maybe he was banged up a lot last year.
Sure.
And he's realizing that it's not sustainable. And that's the point. Like as a coach, I wouldn't want to do it just because it's not sustainable for your quarterback to constantly take, dude, every red zone carry, it's just, it makes no sense. And especially when you're so quarterback dependent, when it's third down and 1 and you really need it, fine. Yeah. When it's fourth down and goal and you really need it, okay. But at the same time, Josh Allen should more than be able to go throughout every game without having to run the ball.
Do you put him closer to, because I think this is one pushback that I have, because I agree with the turnover thing, but I don't think that means that he's not elite or can't be elite. I think it's something he has to continue to work on in his game. But even like we've seen a lot of turnovers from Tua this year, if you look at it from like
which
a
he's
macro
been playing a lot
perspective.
more aggressive.
Yeah, but basically my point being is two guys I can think of in recent history that have had games similar to that, which would be like Tony Romo and Brett Favre. So two, like one we would say was elite, probably, right? Brett Favre, we'd agree. And then the other, not good quarterback, really good quarterback, but not elite. Right. Who do you think he's closer to in that instance, Brett Favre or Tony Romo? Because he's in the middle of the two, right?
Yeah, that's hard.
Probably better than Tony Romo, or maybe not even.
Yeah, that's tough.
In my opinion, I would say he's closer to Brett Favre. That's why I hold him in a high esteem. I think that there are but
you would like to I would like to say that.
Yeah.
Again, I when he was coming out, I liked Josh Allen and I wanted him to draft Josh Allen.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, cool. I've always been pro Josh Allen. Mm-hmm. I just think that we crown guys the best in the league too early. Josh Allen, again, there's no reason with this team, with this roster, and it's not play calling. Dude, last night, they were able to drive 75 yards on a game-sealing drive to go up, right? And threw the ball 0 times.
Yeah.
That is not bad scheme. That's not bad play calling. That's unbelievable. That's a play caller saying, I know it's working, and we're going to stick to it, and we're going to go, and showing patience. There's an issue with everything else. What is it? I don't know. The offensive line is not bad. The receivers are good. I mean, he has Stephon Diggs. Gabe Davis is a good target. He's not obviously not elite or one of the top 15, not top 20. What about
just something like buy-in? But that's general. Like being able to get buy-in from your unit. So like if you're an offensive coordinator.
Well, we talked about that before, like earlier in the season, about my issue when we went over the AFC East preseason rankings and all that. It was there was obviously something going on in that locker room.
Yeah.
And that I said I thought McDermott would be on the block. I thought that this was that he was the dark horse hot seat coach because if they don't go on a run, which I felt like everything was on a downward slide for them, that it's going to be him going. It's because the team's not buying in anymore.
Yeah.
What's going on with Stephon Diggs to where he's always unhappy? Yeah. I mean, again, and we're at
he wasn't always happy in Minnesota either, though.
No, and you're right. But we're at the point with football where the top receivers on the team are able to get something, and he's week after week not being able to get much. Yeah, have him on fantasy, and there's weeks where he goes off, and it's unbelievable, and he's fantastic. And it's again, I don't think it's him. And it's not to say that Josh Allen isn't a great quarterback, because I think he is.
Yeah.
I just think that there's parts of the game that, like inside of the actual game, the nuances of it, that he just, for some reason, it escapes. I don't know if it's not being able to make pre-snap reads well, if it's not being able to adjust after the pre-snap read. Are you watching the defensive line more than you are the defense? Are you watching your receiver? I can't tell you. I do think that he watches receivers more than the defense, but I'm not behind the helmet. I can't tell you that exactly.
Yeah.
But there has to be something. Now, what's crazy to me is when they played us, Josh Allen played elite quarterback. Like when they played us earlier in the year, you saw him catch snaps and just find his read and throw, find his read and throw, find his read and throw, find his read and throw. He wasn't trying to be Superman.
Yeah.
And they beat the shit out of us.
Yeah.
And then since that game, they have not been the same team. Almost as if they beat us and we're like, oh, we did it. Like, I don't know what it was, but I haven't seen the same Josh Allen. Now, once Josh Allen figures it out, dude, like there's not going to be anybody better.
Well, I mean, I think sometimes those games, like when you're talking about like a divisional game, and also like even bigger than that, when you're talking about the Dolphins and the Bills at this point, because you're talking about most likely the two front runners for the division. I think that it's not hard to get up for those games. You know, it's not hard to prepare for those games, not hard to get excited for them. And, you know, so that might have something to do with it. Like some of these games where they're coming into it and they're really flat and play like last night was like uninspired football. It was shitty.
It was bad.
And I mean, not even just from him, like they had to right off the bat had to overcome a turnover from James Cook. So, you know, like a consistent supportive run game would be nice, whether that's James Cook's fault or whether that's it maybe has something to do with like there being some kind of like expectation for the offensive coordinator to give Josh Allen a certain amount of like opportunity. So maybe he's like getting his own way in that way.
Right.
I don't know, but I think definitely that's something I would like to see. Yeah.
Like, go ahead. I think that he just plays off rhythm and off schedule too much.
Yeah.
And I think that's the hard part. So you're going to have to get an offense coordinator, and I get it. You have to make a move. So the offense coordinator and I get it. So now you have to bring in an offense coordinator that's going to not require so much scheme-based game plan, right? That he's going to have to be able to play off schedule a lot, which is fine. Again, Mahomes is that way.
Yeah.
Right. And that's good. But that's where you're going to have to be. I just think they're going to have to be careful with who they bring in. And then you have to bring in another target for him. You're going to have to spend money.
But you're not hesitant to buy in on, like, you just got to do. They got to make the most out of Josh Allen. He's not going anywhere. I'm not in the camp where you have to move on from Josh Allen. Okay, I'm with you. Yeah, I'm definitely.
I do think that you play out this contract, and if like you have to see like what it is. I mean, at some point we have to understand that Tom Brady would. I mean, said so many times would be not top 30 all time when you look at just guys in shorts throwing a football.
Yeah.
But when it comes to playing quarterback,
but this is the thing. This is where I push back on a lot of the doubt, because there's a lot of doubt coming in this year, I think, with Josh Allen, because there's a lot of conversation of like Burrow has surpassed him and stuff like that. So I think that we kind of have short-term memory with that, because I mean, Josh Allen is a guy who has improved a shit ton, and who has also taken his team to, what was it? I think 2 AFC championships in the time that he's been. Now, don't get me wrong, they haven't made it to the Super Bowl, and some of those times he was favorited to take his team to the Super Bowl because they were performing at that level. But yeah, I think that we gotta, have a little bit more grace. They just what was it? 2 years ago, they just got rid of Brian Daboll. That's when we were seeing the best Josh Allen, I think. But there actually wasn't much fall off, and that's what really impressed me last year with Josh Allen. Go ahead.
Well, now they have Joe Brady, and Joe Brady is he worked with Sean Payton in New Orleans. He was with Drew Brees. Then he went to LSU with Joe Burrow's year where he
is really he getting elevated to.
He's getting elevated to offense coordinator.
Okay.
I don't think that there's many people in football that know the passing game like Joe as much as Joe Brady.
Okay.
I think he's a very underrated coach, and I'm excited. I actually forgot what we were talking about, that's who it was.
Yeah.
But so we're going to see.
Mm-hmm. That's interesting.
But I think about it, man. And again, it's hard to say because the Dolphins never really put much around Marino either. But at the end of the day, man, it just, you can put up all the stats in the world, you can have all the talent, but if, man, you skip a ball on 4th and goal, or you throw a pick in the crucial moments.
Well, the talent isn't a bad thing, though, right?
No, because
you're saying
never a bad
you're saying
thing,
Marino, they didn't put a lot around, which I agree with you, and I'm saying like, but with Josh Allen, it's like. Hold on, just let me, because I want you to really crystallize this for me. Yes, like in Tom Brady, he happened to be great. He wasn't one of the best throwers, but if you have a guy who can throw the ball like that, you know what I mean? And theoretically, you can get the most out of him. He's brought you to an AFC championship game. Now you got to take it just to the literal next level. He's an MVP candidate year over year. Put some shit around him and then make that better, right? I mean, I don't see why there's a reason to like go away from him and then go get like a Brock Purdy. You know what I'm saying? So it's I can see how a guy could fall in love with his own talent, though, and that could be an issue. But
and I think that's what it is. But it's also the coaching staff falls in love with it, so you get lazy. So you start to think, well, it's going to compensate you. He'll pick up for it. You start to get lazy in play design and play calling. Receivers might run their routes a little more lazy. Gotcha. Just because they think, well, it doesn't matter as much. Yeah. Again, these are human beings, right?
That makes sense.
So you're going to stop putting as much talent around him because he's supposed to make up for that. That's where I think you don't take the most money. You allow your team to build something around you. You get rich enough, and then you let your endorsements do the rest, because that's where you're going to make most of your money anyways.
Yeah.
But you allow a team to be built around you so you can have 2-star receivers. Now, is Stephon Diggs a cancer in that locker room? I don't know. I don't know how he is personally, but I know by playing with certain receivers through multiple phases, that if they're toxic enough to where every time that they feel as if they're open, even if they don't see this person clearly baiting the fucking route, that they're going to complain. They're going to get in your ear. They're going to start annoying everybody else. You're trash. You're this. The receiver that you're throwing the ball to is trash. Why are you throwing him the ball and not me? So I don't know. I don't know what it is, but it always seems like that when there's a slow game, that Stephon Diggs seems to have a problem. So I don't know what the issue is, but Buffalo just has to figure it out. I'm just glad that they're struggling now. As far as how he's been,
just glad they're struggling.
Well, what I was going to say is, as far as like how they've been, is this: you look at his first 2 years, right? Josh Allen was not very good.
Yeah.
To the point that Buffalo fans were willing to move on from him. They don't like to talk about this now, but they were willing to move on from him. They were thinking about it, as in like talking about it on Twitter and Facebook. And then there was talks going into that season about if Josh Allen was the future of Buffalo or if they were going to move on, as far as on ESPN. So then that year he excelled. He blew up. They brought in Stephon Diggs. That was Dayball, all that. Since then, right? He's had what, two more good years?
Yeah. Well, after Dayball, he had one because
one, right?
Yeah, two good ones with Dayball,
and then one, and then this year,
which is still actually has been pretty good,
right? But I'm just saying, like, so it to me, I mean, Joe Flacco had 3-4 good years, right?
So,
Matt Ryan had some great years.
Fuck no. I mean, look, hey, Matt Ryan, I'll say, but Joe Flacco, I don't think the thing is, I think that if you watch Josh Allen's games, I think it's apparent that his talent is exceptional, and that a lot of times when they're being competitive, and he loses some games. I'm not saying he doesn't, but a lot of times when they're being competitive, he's the main reason as to why. I mean, maybe in concert with Stephon Diggs or whatever. But yeah, he's a catalyst of that team. I don't think there's any way, to doubt that. So,
and you're married to your quarterback. It is.
Yeah, I mean, if he was our quarterback, I would be happy with it.
But see, because this is how I felt about Tannehill. Okay, and I'm not saying Josh Allen.
I would not feel. I remember how I felt with Tannehill. Listen, I would not feel like how I felt with Tannehill with Josh Allen. Let me be clear.
They are good. Josh Allen is much better. Okay. But I sat there year 3 into Tannehill, and I'm like, is this the ceiling?
Sure.
And I said, all right, so are we ever going to be a Super Bowl champion, or are we always going to be just on the playoff brink?
I think if Josh Allen showed you his ceiling from a play standpoint, then you would already be happy with that. It's just, can his like mental catch up with that, which is possible with age, with more experience, with certain coaches, certain kind of insights. It maybe with more coachability, I think for sure that we could see another level of Josh Allen if he's shown you his peak from a like physical standpoint and like play standpoint. Me personally, I think you're happy with that. You're like, okay, I'm bought in on this.
But he's showing a Super Bowl. I'm not even going to say that he's showing the Super Bowl, but it's. Now that the division is actually competitive, they're out. I mean, at this point, do you think they're going to make the playoffs? They're the second team in the hunt.
Yeah.
Do you think they make the playoffs? They got to play us in the Jets still.
You never know. I think, like, for example, I think there's still enough to be played, and then this is still a prove it year for Tua for me. I know that you're super super duper bought in. I'm bought in from a play standpoint. So. Like with Josh Allen, same thing with Tua for me. I've seen enough from a play standpoint, but it's like I need to see the rest of the year with health, and I still am concerned with that. So if something were to happen with him, for example, I think all bets would be off. They could totally catch us. We're only 2 games ahead, and I could.
If he gets hurt.
Well, and I'm not. I can't rule that out as a possibility. That's why I'm saying they're still definitely in it. So it's only a 2-game lead that we have right now, and they've beat us. So. If they were to tie a record, they would be in as of right now.
They lost to a Jets team with no quarterback. That's a problem.
Yeah,
we were the Super Bowl. That's just how I feel. Like that's my takeaway on the season for them so far.
No, I mean, and I hear you. So for me, I think they'll have no issue getting up to play against any team in the playoffs. Like I think that a lot of Buffalo's issues, like from a physical standpoint, I think the team is good. It is a lot of mental, and I think you're right on that to hit on that. But the thing is, those guys don't really need to be motivated the same way when it gets to like playoff time or gets to like crunch time, because that's when like the bullshitters actually are like, oh, I got to tighten up. It's time to. Now, will they get there is another question. That's not a given as it was last year or the year before or whatever, even though we were being competitive, but they were the favorite by far.
Teams also in the playoffs, the teams that would die for each other.
Yeah.
And the coach is also. So again, man, there's not, like I said, Detroit looks like a dangerous team.
Detroit,
man, hey, sure. Man, but my biggest thing, man, is really, like I said, I think Tua, with his jiu-jitsu, we laughed at it. Or judo, whichever one he did, we laugh at it.
I think it was jiu-jitsu,
but it works. I mean, that shit works. If you see him fall, you see him roll. It works. He hasn't. He's been hit the same way. He's been smacked.
If he's not expecting, that's what I'm worried about. Something comes unexpected. Or even like when he got his fucking hips crushed, like that really didn't look that bad. The guy, at least in my opinion,
Alabama,
the guy fell down on his back.
But he had two guys.
I mean, either way,
and what it was, he was running and got twisted. He was twisting. And then got yanked down through that thrust.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying for example, the game, I think it was the Bengals where he got fucking like slingshotted. Like, you know what I mean? That was a vicious hit that I was like, appalled by. Like, yeah.
But again, we'll see. So if he's healthy this year, you're going to go into next year and think he's going to get hurt too?
I'll think of that. I think I will think of that.
Concern is always like, oh man,
no,
because
I think that we need to see. He hasn't been healthy for a full season yet, so it's like he's got to do that one time.
That's fair.
So if he does it this season, then of course I'll always be worried about like I would be for anybody. Right. But I would say right now I'm hyper aware of it because that's been the reality every single season. We need to see that not be, and then I'm willing to at that point I know every time you step on the football field you're rolling the dice really. So I'm with you on that.
So if he's healthy throughout the year, he's obviously going to get the new contract.
I think that's going to happen. Yeah.
So the new contract comes. If you're Chris Greer, do you offer something that's top 5 money, or do you try to do top 10 money fully guaranteed?
Well, I mean, I think it would depend on what you could get done. If you could get the latter done, top 10 money, all guaranteed, I'd probably do that.
Yeah, because
to be honest. But I think he's going to demand top 5 money either way. If we're going deep in the playoffs, unless he makes that concession and he's like, hey, I'm a nice guy, I'm not going to do it. But if he competes for an MVP,
please.
And honestly, he should. And he should. Don't get me wrong. As a Dolphins fan, I want to save money, but to keep it real, if he takes this team to the Super Bowl or to an AFC championship, I think, and he performs and stays healthy throughout, he should maximize his value right now, because the reality is next year he could come in. He already experienced it, and he could have career-ending concussions.
Which is
why he should secure his own future. He's played his ass off to this point. For me, I would not hold any ill will if he said, "No, I need to be paid like a top 5 player." I'm not gonna be like he's selfish or whatever the fuck.
All right, so let's say, just hypothetically speaking, 6 years at 45. I don't know what the top one is, like 48 or so.
I mean, I think it might be like 50 now at this point.
All right, so let's say 6 times. Okay, well that's gonna be 300. So there's gonna be 300 million.
That's the price.
Yeah,
the price is the price. That's what he's got to tell us. And I'd hate to hear it if I was Chris Greer, but that's what you played around with. 50. Actually, I think it might be Joe Burrow now.
So 300 million, right? So 300 million. Okay, and then let's say you get 80% of that guaranteed, right? So 240. Yeah. All right. So let's say you go 6 times 40 billion, right? 240. So it's the same amount of money, right?
Okay.
So if you were to go 6, so let's say you take the top money, take away $10 million, do fully guaranteed, you're going to make the same amount of money if you were to get injured next year than you would get if you had an 80% contract fully guaranteed at the top money. So that's where, as a team builder, you say, hey, listen, a little bit less on the salary cap, but fully guaranteed. We'll go ahead and kick that down the road. Cool. Awesome. That opens up more cap space for 2 offensive linemen.
Yeah.
Because we have to do it. If you break it down, we're going to have to sign Austin Jackson, Robert Hunt, both play themselves into contracts. Connor Williams needs a new contract. Jalen Waddle's going to need a contract 2 years. Javon Holland's contract, Christian Wilkins, Raekwon Davis. We just gave Sealer more money.
I mean, some motherfuckers probably not going to get
That's
paid.
what I'm saying, but which one? So Jerome Baker's probably cap casualty out.
He's out.
Xavier Howard,
probably out.
Does he take less money or is he out?
He's probably out. I mean, maybe he takes less money, but probably out.
And then we trade up in the first round and draft Kool-Aid McKinstry of Alabama. Oh, man. God damn. No, we wouldn't do it. But, yeah.
Who knows, man?
We'll see.
We tried that with Deion Jordan and went great.
Football season's going great, though. I love it.
No, football season's definitely fun. I'm excited to see the Dolphins get back to it again. Check us out on Saturday. We're going to be doing another live. I don't know if Paul will be there. I don't remember if you let me know, but I'll definitely be here with Jason. And, yeah, we'll be kicking it. It'll be a good time. We're going to be talking about football for sure, and probably college football and some of our predictions for the following day on Sunday. But yeah, let's see what else we got for today. I wanted to ask you this, just random, because we don't have to spend a lot of time on it, but I've been spending a lot of time on flat Earth, like debates with Globers and flat Earthies. And I was just wondering, nobody's answered why flat Earth and oh, beautiful. Nobody's told me why. I love Kennedy as well, by the way. Nobody's told me why or why they would lie about it. So the whole thing with like flat Earth and globe Earth is that the flat earthers are saying like, hey, they're lying to you. You believe like all this shit from NASA and science, that's fake, that's fake, that's fake. So really just like the most simple question, I'm wondering if you have any logic. I'm not really expecting an answer because nobody's answered it. What motivation would there be to lie about that specifically? I don't understand what would people have to get? Well, even not. They used to throw people in jail for saying the other one,
right?
The globe thing. Right. So it's like, for what motivation is there to like keep that lie up? Like who's benefiting from that? I don't know. People that make globes.
Yeah, big globe was that a big thing back then?
I don't know.
because paper maps were doing pretty good. I mean, I think paper maps were killing it. They're still around. So I mean, the flat Earth was kind of going pretty well with that one until the damn explorers found out that wait, if I keep going,
sunsets, dude. I've watched a lot of experiments. But I'm pretty sure it's a globe.
The greatest is that little like whole one where he's like, oh, I'm gonna prove it right here because and then it's like
and it did it.
Yeah, right there. But dude, my favorite thing is my 10-year-old. One of his main things to ask somebody to gauge how you are,
their intelligence,
is are you flat Earth?
Oh shit, he does that.
Which I don't bring it up to him. He just YouTube. And he saw it on YouTube and he came out, he's like this is like a couple years ago. He's like, Dad, people think the Earth is flat. And I said, buddy, listen, man, you're find out a lot
everything,
about people, man.
Yeah, they think everything.
But, hey, listen, man, more power to you.
Yeah.
Okay. If you have facts on it, please bring it forward.
No, I've heard some interesting arguments on it, genuinely.
Bro, why would every space like all the pictures of planets, everything, what would be the point of the lie? Because all
I can't figure that part out.
Because all that is really a argument against the big institutions of Christianity and religion, right? Hasn't that been the battle? And then I'm talking about like we know from back in the 1400s.
Well, initially it was the battle because like they thought that everything revolved around the Earth.
And then we found out the sun, that we actually revolve around the sun.
Well, and I think it was Galileo was saying that, and they were like, "That's fucking against God."
13.
Long ass time ago. But yeah, so I just, and I do understand people, not wanting it to be disproven, but I'm just wondering at that level of like every single fucking, respected scientific publication, scientist,
people don't believe in science. I mean that's one thing. Everything science is a lie. I mean that's just like when it comes to climate change, right? Yeah. Like they have done every single bipartisan study that's ever been done, and they have done like down the line, like they have 12 scientists, 6 on the right, 6 on the left, right, who are chosen by them, right, to look into climate change. 100% of the time, when all of them that came back, yes, it is real. And it's like, but you still have people like, nope, they're lying.
Hey,
like,
I'm open, and I'm sure you are. Okay. I'm open to our understanding because science is like the observation of our reality, and some of it I admit is unexplainable.
Yeah, colors. Come on, man, vibrations.
I think that some. I think I'm open to our understanding not being all the way there, but even science is. That's what science is exploring. I just want to know why. I just don't understand why people would lie about the globe and why it would be a whole conspiracy. Like, what is the motivation? What's like the financial motivation, really?
I don't know. Big globes again.
I guess just literally that's all I could think of. I mean, people making globes probably wouldn't want you to know that.
People that know that you have 3 sitting right over there, but I mean,
I am real big globe. Into it. I am
real big globe.
Big globe.
And then all the people trying to sell alien propaganda. They really need planets to be circles, just because. I mean, I just I don't understand people's thought on it. I still don't like. What is the thought about how so they think it's flat, but still you go all the way around it?
Well, there's all kinds of different thoughts. Some people think it's like
they can't be that.
Well, some people think that it's like a dome kind of situation. Some people think they're like realms So
So if you flat Earth, then you have to believe that we've never been to space. So those two correlated.
Oh, some people don't think that space is
solar system. But I'm saying like
okay.
But are those people like? Do they have to kind of correlate?
I don't know. So yeah, all of them that I've seen, they did, but I don't know if that's just like a little bit of like a Venn diagram of the type of person that might believe in flat Earth might also just believe that. Because I mean, they kind of is the solar system real is one of the debates that I watched. Yeah.
So what are stars?
What are stars? I don't remember the guy's specific. I know he said it was bullshit and that it's just lies. So he's like,
so
hey,
what
that's
are you
all.
looking at?
Well, he's like, I don't know if it was like projections to him. Okay. One guy was like, oh, it's the green screen.
I think how long do you have a worldwide green screen?
The thing is, I think that like kind of like they're kind of the trick to their point of view here is they get to say like, oh, it's all lies. I don't have to know exactly what it is because we haven't been able to really explore it. So how could I tell you what stars are if the people that have access to explore these things are already in on a lie?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, me as a person, how would you expect me to go fucking figure out what stars are? I don't know. That was just kind of like my, yeah.
And then every astronaut, every kid who's ever grown up loving space has gone and worked for NASA or any industry like that.
Liars.
Have all just lied about it. None of them. And then it's like satellites. Where do they go? What do they do? They don't exist either. None of that's real. All this stuff just happened. We didn't have it years ago, like decades ago, but it just happened out of nowhere. So yeah, it's just kind of all, I don't know. Okay. Sorry, guys.
You should do a watch along. I don't know. That video was like 2.5 hours, 3 hours. Some of these debates I get into, they're really silly. And also sometimes they end up not being like really they were just like you're going back and forth like you're a fucking idiot. You don't understand science. So on and so forth. It's modern day debates. If you guys don't watch modern day debates, that's what it is.
Is it all an act? I just part of me feels like you have to just sit there and be like, you know what? I'm just gonna fuck with people full time right now. So like I'm just gonna poke that button just because I have nothing else to do.
Like I said, some of them they have interesting arguments. Yes, Kennedy's precious. But yeah, so, some of them have interesting arguments. Like I said, but a lot of it's coming from like, hey, all the information is fake and bullshit. So it's kind of hard to delve in past that, but like basically they'll point at the model that we currently use and some of how it might be kind of like incomplete. So like the explanation of like dark matter to explain part of like what the universe is made up of. They're like, well, our model, this is the argument that I've seen, the model of a flat earth doesn't conflict with that. Like 98% of the universe is like identifiable, doesn't work within the electromagnetic field or whatever the fuck. So they can't identify it. So they're like, hey, look, our explanation doesn't have that hole in it. But the problem is that's not a reason to throw out all of science because like science is changing. So it's like it has a certain level of understanding and it's slowly taking that to kind of like in some cases reverse engineer understanding of certain things and so on and so forth. So yeah.
What if people just started creating all this science fiction about flat earth to monetize something and make?
I feel like there's not even that money. Much science fiction about flat earth.
No, I'm just saying like
or you're talking about like just people talking about it,
like wherever the fuck it originated.
I'm like I don't even see movies where Earth is flat.
Ever. I'm just saying like whoever like started this on a Reddit blog or something, and then people took off on it. like they just did it to make some money.
Hopefully, they found a way
I have no idea. Like again, like I said, like where did it originate? Where did this claim originate? Does anybody have anything on that? Where the fuck did we start with flat Earth?
Well, we know.
Why is this a real conversation even still today?
Well, we know people believed it back in the day, and I think it makes sense why people thought that because it looks flat. So it's like once again, like as we are able to like observe different things and have different understanding of things, like previous explanations for them no longer make sense.
That's
so
what I mean.
And so my point being is that like I'm sure most people originally thought the earth was flat. There's a reason we moved past that through just like really basic advancements. Really, we've been past it for a long time. But yeah, it's just based off their level of being able to observe was just like literally with their eyes right in front of them. Earth. I'm walking on the fucking floor. It's flat.
It's flat.
I guess the world's flat. We probably eventually would fall off. They probably thought the ocean is where the world ended. They didn't even know there's continents, other continents on the other side. Yep. So,
and then we found out, and then history said that, and then we
now we changed that,
and then we did this, and then we have all this school, and then somewhere in modern time, someone goes, you know what? I'm gonna bring this back, and that's what I'm saying. Like, where the fuck did we bring it back? But this is what it is. No, people are going to question everything, and more power to you. You know, I love you.
God bless them. Yeah, God bless them. And
pisses me off.
Let's see what else we got here today. Oh, I got a protest video to do. Oh, you know what? Actually, before we get into that, some one last kind of like shenanigan topic, and then we'll do Big Brother. Adam22. So Adam22, he's having a reality show, brother. He is having a reality show, and the winner of reality show. Oh, actually, I gotta put after this Keke Palmer. My bad. Then Big Brother. Please don't let me forget. Because those are two big topics. Adam22. So he is having a reality show, and winner gets to bang his wife.
I can't believe this.
This is the same gentleman that. Let the previous dude bang his wife, and they put it on OnlyFans. We talked about it on here before. They do porn together. If you're not familiar, Adam22 has a podcast and a YouTube channel and stuff like that. His wife does porn on the side, and he does it with her. They do it together as one. And she decided, like, hey, me and you have threesomes with women. I should be able to go have sex with a man by myself. Now, nobody understands how that's different. I've made this argument. I'm sure maybe you understand, Paul. Let me know if you get my argument here. But from that point, I already made it. They had already fucking crossed the line, because Adam22 was never fucking anybody by himself.
Solo.
Yeah. So it's like, to make this kind of like weird argument that you're getting to have sex with women with me. I should be able to have sex with the opposite sex because you're able to, or whatever. That was a total fucking Jedi mind trick pulled on this man from the very beginning. His life has been fucking spiraling since there, but he's been getting richer. So I mean, depends on your values, and he did say that he's getting off on it now. Hey yo,
God damn it, big baby.
Damn, clip it. But no, he did say that he was he enjoyed it or whatever. So I actually had this argument off camera with my partner as far as like that, him saying that specifically, and I'm like, he fucking has to say that at this point. Like, he's a public facing figure in hip hop culture specifically. He can't let his wife publicly fuck some dude and be like, oh, it was horrible. Dude, like, he's already getting honest and
transparent.
He's already getting disrespected and shat on. It's going to happen. Buddy. So he's trying to use it as his armor, and it's fucking ineffective.
Once you open that door once to that gentleman.
Oh my God.
Is it closed?
Is it closed?
Is it closed?
You heard fucking.
I mean, my God, how many times do you podcast, Adam?
You heard the guy earlier,
how many times is he banging your wife while you're doing it?
Do you remember the fucking baby arm guy talking about fucking, when they have the pinky and they want to fucking goddamn. Well,
you know what?
Baby's arm?
I thought, is Adam? I've never watched the video, so is Adam not endowed? Like,
I don't know.
I've never seen this shit, but I mean, at the end of the day, on like a human level, I don't know how you do any of it. Like, I feel like once you have that that connection, like emotionally,
have a child with a person.
I feel like on an emotional level.
Yeah.
But again, to each their own. It's different, I guess, for each person's idea of love.
Yeah.
But
that's their right to do that.
Yeah. I mean, as far as like, you're 100% correct. Like they're banging somebody together.
Mm-hmm.
If she would say, hey, listen, let's bring what's his name, Hulk or some shit. Like
Jason Love.
Yeah, Jason Love. Yeah. There's another one, Hulk or something. Anyways, Jason Love.
I'll take your word for it, brother.
I don't know. It's Twitter. So Jason Love, right? So bring him in here, right? Like, and let's bang him together. Oh God, that's so weird.
Well, that's a conversation to have, but even
that's a conversation to have together, right? But as far as like here,
you shouldn't be agreeing to things as a woman, as a wife, with like these weird conditions in the back of your fucking head.
So weird.
Like, I mean, because even then, I think that would be a more analogous comparison that you're making. But even then, if he's not bisexual and she's claiming to be bisexual, it's not the same thing. Now you're having him, fuck with some dude that he's not attracted. That's wild. While you guys are having sex with women that you're supposedly attracted to. Well,
I mean, he doesn't have to be banging the guy too. So I mean, he doesn't have to have the attraction, but he has to sign up. I mean, listen,
she's banging the chick, bro.
Yeah, but, yeah, but I don't know. Like, I don't know, dude.
He's got to get a piece of that. What the fuck?
To me, like, I don't know. Like, listen, not a prude.
Yeah,
I like what I do in my own home with my partner.
Got it.
But this is just beyond my comprehension as to spousal behavior.
You're not fucking man enough.
So, and then he's not man enough to put his foot down.
Definitely.
And then she doesn't respect herself, in my opinion, to allow things to be
more
just
Will
marriage.
Smith shit. More Will Smith shit.
At the end of the day, they are monetizing off. They are making money. Okay, and that is the end game and goal, right?
They're doing that.
And that's what they're doing. As far as like why he had to go with this whole thing and play this whole charade, I thought the interviewing rappers was going okay, no? So until he got outed as Aryan, and then that kind of took a dip, but then he probably got a spike.
Yeah.
And it's like, and so
did it? I mean, I didn't even know it took a dip.
Who knows?
I know he had an issue where a lot of his co-hosts left the channel because he did have a person on there who was like a Aryan dude.
Yeah, and then I think isn't he also, because he did
not as far as I know.
I thought that he did a bid and
probably said
he ganged up as well. But anyways, who knows?
Not as far as I know.
Yeah,
but
I don't.
But okay,
allegedly or not.
Well, I can say what I do know though. What I definitely know is that for sure he did have. I think the guy's name was Richard Spencer on, and he's a former white supremacist. That's what he was saying even on the show. He was coming on there saying like, oh, I used to have these beliefs because I watched the podcast. It was one with him and Destiny. I personally didn't have an issue with it, but also I'm not black and I don't work for him. So they had a feeling they felt a way about it. They decided to leave. Okay. And I also understand because none of those people were on the podcast for some reason. I think that was part of their issue with it too, if I remember right at the time, was Adam, and then he had Destiny on, who's a political commentator, if you guys aren't familiar, white dude. And then they had this Richard Spencer guy who was formerly, so it was all white dudes with this like former racist guy talking about how he's not racist anymore. But no black dudes were on the
that's where
podcast. Which usually they would have black dudes on there just because most of the people that worked at No Jumper were black. So.
Did they feel like Adam was trying to like sneak that by, or like
I don't know. Like honestly, I don't know.
I mean, that's interesting why he wouldn't have like one of his usual people or boys on there with that, because that would be an interesting dialogue anyways.
I agree. I don't know. He was kind of moving in this like political kind of direction a little bit around this time, and then he pivoted like hardcore, and I'm gonna let my wife fuck dudes. But he went from the hip hop thing and he started to make a transition where he started to have like Destiny on and like some other people that would have like more political centric debates. And then he had this Richard Spencer guy, which I thought honestly I watched the podcast. It was interesting. I didn't even know who he was before, which once again, maybe that's part of their issue with introducing people to these like toxic people, whatever. But I personally don't have an issue with that because I like to be introduced to really controversial shit like that and see those kind of like intellectual conversations because I think that good ideas are going to win out in those situations. And in that situation, it did. He looked fucking stupid when he tried to.
Everybody has a story, right? And honestly, I saw one with somebody that he had on there. This was, I don't know if it was the same one, but it was a somebody who's done some bids. Did a few bids and was ganged up, and he said there's differences between those skinheads and this and that. So, but again, I don't know. I know that I personally worked with somebody.
Oh yeah, I know. Well, I don't know, but I know there's like difference. There's like Peckerwoods or some shit like that.
Yeah. So like I personally, I worked with somebody who my first day on the job with him, I went to a new place, doing new construction. We got partnered up. He's the lead. Boom. Go to the supply store. He has a red bandana around, right? Just like one of the neck things cover up his tattoos, which this a few years ago, not as acceptable. Mm-hmm. But I see on the back, like the top of the red iron cross, right?
Gotcha.
So I was like, And I pulled down on the thing, I tapped it, and I was like, yo, we got to talk about this because there's a swastika in the middle of it.
You tapped his neck?
Yeah, Hey man, we got to talk about that.
We're lucky you didn't get fucking stabbed right then. Hey, tapping a grown ass man's neck, you barely knew.
Boundaries.
This guy came from prison.
But that's what I found out is that he did some time. Hey,
the last guy that did that.
So you can imagine me always saying like, nah, bitch. He was like, hey, I'm not cool with that word. But anyways, I was like, we're gonna talk about it. And honestly, his side of the story, like I understood. Like I was like, okay, so
I've heard shit like this.
So like because of your military background, you got put in some of the worst prisons for a simple trafficking thing. And in there, I'm not aware of because I've never been, but you gang up. And he says that it's race, and then even in like everything I've seen, they always kind of break down race. So he
probably
said
could not gang up. It's probably like you probably.
That's
It's
what
just,
I
it's
said.
just. I mean, don't get me wrong. You're taking on a certain level of like danger,
and that's what he
based
said.
off your values. I'm sure. You know, but
that's what he said. You kind of
okay.
So I was like, well,
all right. Well, I mean, hey, he kept it real, I guess.
He kept it real,
but then didn't really keep it super real.
But then he kept all his, but like
motherfucker got
like
racist tattoos for the rest of his life.
everywhere.
That's shitty.
So it's like I understood his story, and I understood like, okay, so you're not racist, but kind of got these fucked up ideas of like, oh, I gotta protect the white race. It's like from what?
Oh, hold on. So he did have those feelings?
Well, no. So his whole thing was like, I'm not racist. Like I got black friends, and like he started name dropping. I was like, yeah,
white power, brother.
But he said, but the Aryan belief, and he's Nord. By the way, he's a Odinist.
Oh my god.
So, but he said the Aryan belief is just to protect. It's the sanctity of the white race. And I said, buddy, it's not going nowhere.
Keep
buddy.
white. I guess.
I said it's going to be straight for a long time. Like you're all right.
I'm like, bro, do you want your kids to get sunburned really fucking easy? You know what I mean? Is that better for them?
Not rude of you piece of shit.
But
you understand what my complexion does?
Facts. But no, I mean, yeah, it's actually funny. That is interesting that you bring up the Odin thing, because there was a dude that came into a previous job I had and he didn't have a fucking shirt on at the time, and put his shirt on as he walked in, and I saw his back tattoo, and it like was like a fucking Odin fucking crest or whatever, and I read about it and that it was like linked to white supremacy anyways. And yeah, it was interesting because I mean just like little kind of, I guess kind of like innocuous shit like that you really wouldn't know, but
conversing
even like
very important.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of times I would kind of take that for granted in a way, because I feel like I would see people's racism, and I would like when we would have these kind of like conversations with people of other races, I would tell them like, oh yeah, I don't think that obviously racism is as like permeates society in the same way it did in the past, obviously, but if you're around, you'll definitely see it still today. If you're in the wrong room and somebody thinks it's comfortable to say some shit, then I've been party to some shit where I'm like, yo, you're tripping right now.
I do not agree with that at all.
Yeah.
Please don't use that word around me.
So it's like that definitely still is out there, but it seems even like more insidious and dark when you got like people like literally you wouldn't even know, but low key they have a whole fucking back tattoo on their back dedicated to this ideology that is like, you know, based in like supremacy.
What's funny is Inglewood, and that's where he's from.
Yeah.
As we saw before when I was looking up at like little things, there's a chapter with the address of the LLC and everything.
Oh yeah, I forgot about this. We gotta go
in Inglewood, Florida. Like it's
we gotta pull up on not to join.
Yeah,
to join.
But it would be great. Again, conversation like why are your thoughts the way they are? Like is it fear? Like, are you afraid? Like what is it? But yeah, anyways, but people have stories. But like Adam, as far as Adam, it's like why he went away from what he was doing and went straight to hey, he wants to fuck my wife. I don't know, but more power to you, man. Make some money as long as she's on board and it's
you're already
consent,
on,
you know.
You're already on this fucking. You're already on this plane ride.
Yeah,
I mean, at this point,
her body, her choice. I mean, your vows were your vows, man. Not my marriage. So.
Yeah, that's tough.
I would be distraught.
I think
I would be fucked.
It was like it's like Joe Smith's woman. She's like, yeah, no, I have a fucking OnlyFans, and that's my goddamn right.
So my right
at that point, having that kind of you know,
it's
kind of
Old
like
Testament,
kind of like not even misunderstanding, but like straight up, it's just disagreement of values with somebody that you're already like in a committed marriage to, you know what I mean? That's like fucking nuts. I don't know about Adam22, but I mean they have a kid and I think they're married. So yeah, you're in this, like that's what I'm saying. They're already on this fucking play ride. Yeah, like you might as well try to land this bitch as smoothly as possible. But that's rough, yeah, it's fucked up out here.
But you know what? I can't feel bad because he doesn't feel bad. You know?
I mean, he can't show it. That's the thing. Yeah, he doesn't feel bad. Come on, brother. Yeah. When he's sitting, when he's alone at night, we know. We know.
I don't hope so. But
here's some pictures of some alleged abuse, by the way.
What the fuck?
Not funny.
Where did this come from?
So we're getting into it. We're going from the happy home of Adam22 to the happy home of Keke Palmer here. Also, she just recently had a baby. We also talked about her going out with I think it was black dress, and Usher, I think, was singing to her. I don't know. Go check out those videos. But this guy got upset, and at the time, we were thinking, okay, why is that? Well, so here you go. I don't know. Let me make sure you guys are seeing it clearly. Yep. These are pictures of like a video camera in a home. Looks like somebody's standing over another person, possibly like going downstairs, getting ready to throw him down the fucking stairs. From there, an argument between Darius and Keke ensued. At some point, Keke got her mom, Sharon, on the phone and put her on speaker. And Sharon told us, screaming Darius out. It was during that time when Sharon allegedly told Darius she had put a bullet in his head, which brought things to another level. Do we got the audio here? Come on now. Oh, you fucking pussies. You guys couldn't get the fucking audio. Too expensive to get that one. You can get the personal fucking text messages though. Darius then attempted to wrestle Keke's phone away from her, which our sources say was depicted in one of KP's exhibits from her restraining order filing last week. Damn. Shows them tussling and struggling. Okay, so these were submitted based off a restraining order.
And when was this?
This was like last week, son.
And they weren't they just on like were they just out together? Or like eating? Like, because I thought Deuce sent us something that had them together.
Yeah, I think that was after the one situation. It wasn't that long ago, but yeah,
okay.
yeah, he definitely did. So let's see here. So this is after the thread, I guess. Same to you as well, smiley face. Real cordial. So anyways, they get back into this is the new conversation after abuse. Hello, Sharon. How are you? I have tried not to get involved in my son's personal business, but I heard that you were going to put a bullet in my son's head. Well, then now we have to involve the authorities because you don't respect or value yourself. And I can see probably now my son's life is what she meant to put. You might have to kill all of us. Okay.
See, that's one that she should have typed and deleted.
That second part, if you're trying to go to the police, you shouldn't have put that one.
Right.
I will file a police report on you now. I think up here we had another response. Yeah. Okay. So the response to that message is, cool. Please do not contact me with this ridiculously childish behavior. Your son choked his own sister. Deal with his anger issues. If he attacks my daughter in her own, where she pays the bills, he is trespassing and anything can happen. So he should stay away. Okay. You should be very ashamed to have raised a son who fights women. Yeah, put it like that. So yeah, this is kind of like where we're at. This has been a really public back and forth between the families. Oh, let me see what you got going on. Equalize show ridiculous. Just saying, some things just takes a man. I never actually got to watch the Queen Latifah Equalizer, but that's literally what we're talking about right now. Miss Keke's mom trying to put a bullet in her head, Queen Latifah style. The story is crazy. Yeah, absolutely. Good God.
Dude, this took a lot of turns.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, right now. So
whose side are you on, huh?
I'll let you. Well, me personally, I think it's pretty obvious right now. Of course, you got to see everything come to light, but I mean, there's nothing. Oh, threatening phone call right here.
Oh, sweet.
See if you guys hear this.
You motherfucker.
Where's my baby?
You better watch out. You might get a bullet in your motherfucker. You motherfucker.
Where's my baby?
You better watch out. You might get a bullet in your motherfucking head.
Oh, so she did say it. She said it. She can't take that one.
Golly.
That's all it.
Yeah. Hey,
that was said.
Good on you for having having it ready to go, I guess, even if you are.
So you know what? So she must say some wild shit often then. For him to be recording.
Well, that was a pretty heated exchange. So I'm sure he's like, hey, I'm going to record all this, then I can use whatever makes me look good. So I mean, that's a very short clip to use when you're talking about a domestic violence situation.
Well, yeah. So has there been any abuse claims from him from Keke's side for him onto Keke, like abusing? Or is it the only claim thus far, which again, too far, is him choking his sister, which did that happen? Did that not happen?
Well, no, I think this is like,
well, that's him reaching. That's them taking the phone. Wouldn't that be him? Because it said from their argument, sued or whatever, and then he was trying to take the phone.
Yeah. Let's see here. Let's read this top part. Is denying bombshell abuse allegations and is levying his own claims against her mother, whom he insists threatened to put a bullet in his head. Well, I mean, I think, correct. Sources close to Darius.
Her mom said,
sources close to Darius tell TMZ the latest issue between the couple stems from an argument over the custody of their infant son, Leo, per our sources. Yeah, that's tough. Darius had texted Keke about going to pick up his son to watch football last Sunday, but when he arrived to Keke's place, Leo wasn't there.
Damn,
Okay,
that's rough.
Yeah, something we could all relate to.
Can't get irate.
We've also
you have to keep it cool, dude.
Well, I mean, definitely, yeah. You don't fucking.
Sorry, bro. Yeah, you can't hit people.
Definitely can't hit people. Let's go ahead and let's pull up something else as well. But let me sharing and check out some comments. Sounds like COD. 100%, man. Go check out Smooth Recoil. You get straight headshots, Equalizer style. Sweaty lobbies. Yeah, that was a real sweaty lobby. Damn, she's hardcore. I mean, yeah, look, I mean, at the end of the day, if you're afraid for the safety of your daughter, I mean, saying something crazy like that, it doesn't seem that crazy, especially if you feel like there's a history there, which I mean they're alluding to a history at least of him being physical with his sister.
Dude, that's all, man. That's tough because that's a big accusation. I don't know, true or not. Well, let's just act like it's true. And yeah,
huge. And it'll affect that. It'll affect custody for your child.
And that's the thing. Is Keke then afraid of their son's safety?
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, but yeah, you can't have him come pick up his kid and then take the kid away and then expect that just to be smooth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Still but to handle the violence.
Yeah, that you can't do.
Yeah.
Again,
but I feel you.
I'm just trying to put myself in that, his emotional standpoint. And it's like, man, that's rough. Nobody helped that situation at all. And that's kind of the thing is
really still not helping. I mean, honestly, I don't even think we're helping right now.
Okay.
No. Definitely not.
We're part of the
problem. Had to be history or set up. Had that recorder on the ready. Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. I think, like you said, they know when they were stepping into a sweaty lobby. I think from left to right, everybody had guns drawn.
But let's just hope this is as far as it goes. It can become cordial from here. Custody battle, 50-50. Everyone's safe. Nobody gets their asses beat ever again.
And this is something that's been happening in the public. So unfortunately, this is a really ugly kids send off to it. But hopefully, this is a situation where maybe these people understand they don't belong together, and then there won't be any more of these at least really public blowups. Hopefully,
unless he's abusive.
But for the past 3 or 4 months or so, I don't know when that Usher shit happened, but. There's been more news about fucking Keke Palmer's relationship than I would like. I'll be honest. I'm not trying to fucking talk about her shit all the time.
No, I like her. But
and also I don't want to fucking just talk about her shit in general. So it's like, keep it together. But I mean, if you're gonna have some wild shit like this going on, if your mom's gonna be telling people they're gonna blow their fucking head off, I'm gonna have to talk about it now. And now I have to put fucking Big Brother on the back burner because I got to talk about your fucking crazy ass mom. But let's go ahead and get into Big Brother. Big Brother season 25, I believe. Oh yeah, season 25, I believe. We had the season finale on what was it? Fucking Thursday. So yeah, Thursday season wrapped up. We got the winners. We got America's favorite. There's another Big Brother show happening. We're going to talk about all of it. So let's just start off from the top. Spoilers, by the way, if you haven't caught up, but we should be far enough. If you're really a Big Brother head, you know who won.
I knew this guy was going to say something like this. I knew it.
Big Brother rigged.
Let me guess. You weren't a Jack fan, huh? How is it rigged? The guy won.
Yeah, he shit on him.
The guy won.
So yeah, Jag won. If you guys have been following the game, Jag won. It came to the bottom, the last two of him and Matt. So they did ride it out to the very end. Jag ended up winning the HOH. You want to go ahead? Anyone think otherwise? Got their eyes closed. No, got their eyes closed, their head up their ass. But no, I mean, I think that the Jag situation, he really strategically put himself in the best situation. I couldn't see any situation where anybody would have got more votes than him coming down to the very end, unless the last person that I think had a chance to beat Jag was I guess Felicia, maybe, if she would have been. I was thinking was Siri, and what's
Bro, it's a reality. Yes. Okay. My wife loves shit TV. She'll tell you.
I mean, Big Brother's a good one.
Her favorite thing to watch, like doing anything, is any dating show, period. But yeah, I like reality TV shows. Okay? I like competition series. I like competing.
Survivor is a big one for you.
Survivor is dope.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Listen,
I catch it after Big Brother sometimes.
All this came in when I started.
Because I can't find the remote.
When I started dating Lauren.
Okay.
Thanks to her.
She introduced you.
Amazing Race, all that. I mean, shit challenge. Yeah, it's all fun. It's shit TV. I get it. But Big Brother. Nice. Okay. I think Jag deserved the win.
Mm-hmm.
I think, excuse me, if Matt was able to articulate himself a little better, then I think he had a chance. There were things that gave him the opportunity to go really, like, I think he really should have hit home on the fact that Jag's only reason, not the saving thing, because Jag chose him and won, but the only reason why Jag was never a target and never touched the block after that, right, is because of Matt's relationships with everybody. It wasn't that Jag's relationships with everybody kept him safe. It was Matt. Nobody wanted to go against Matt. So that he could have hit home, that the only reason why Jag was able to play it out was him. But he won when he had to. And he did all that. And then he shouldn't have used his biggest move, was that he should have done something with Sari. I don't know, convincing them to save Sari at some point.
Yeah.
But he had a chance. But yeah, Jag put himself in the best position. He played the best complete game. He made all the right moves when he was supposed to. Again, I think the Corey move, his hand was forced in that one. He wasn't going to make the big move, even as a secret move. You know, he was going to go the easy route, but then he had to. But his jury management was horrible. Like, dude, like, he burned every bridge. He lied to every person without needing to. And then a lot of the times. So, but I did love his speech.
I thought the opposite. I thought the person that I thought did the most damage to Jag's game, from my perspective, was Jag at the very end, when he sounded like a fucking psychopath, fucking straight up like sociopath on the stage.
I love
your blood is on my hand, all of you. Mind you, somebody that was rooting for Jag, and I thought he was shitting on them. And I am somebody that I believe he carried Matt. I think you make an interesting argument there, and that would have been a good argument to make for Matt. But I think even then, any argument that Jag has supersedes that. The main argument, and I think he might have made this, but I was talking to my partner about this, and it was like, when and I think he did say this, but he was able to literally at the end of the game convince Matt to work against his own self-interest.
Yes.
Like, that made no sense. And I agree with you. If he would have made that move, that would have been a huge difference. And I think that's where
Matt lost the game.
One of them might have had a chance to win. Yeah, genuinely.
Matt lost the game right there.
Yeah, for sure. Because once you did he make that argument, Jag?
Yeah.
Okay. Once you convince another player that you're sitting next to win the game to say, this person made the move for me to win the game, I convinced them it was against their self-interest 100%. The best thing for their game would have been to not even put the person up. They had the choice, and they chose not to. They kept my people safe. My influence at that point protected all these people, same way you were talking about.
Which is unbelievable, but dude,
was wild.
Dude, Matt goes, none of us, it was completely 50-50. There was no leader. We played this game together, which
Jag's like,
he
bullshit.
wasn't lying. And then Jag goes, there was a leader, and it was me. Dude,
no, he was cutthroat.
Dude, but I love the passion. It was like, dude, listen, you can tell he worked those speeches.
Yeah.
And dude, he was hammering this point. And then he's like, all right, thanks. And
Yeah,
like,
literally,
oh,
but
man, what a psycho.
Yeah, total psycho. I have all your blood on my hands. That was crazy for him to say that. And honestly, yeah, but it was true. And like you said, he did, I guess, effectively hammer his point home. It would have been weird to vote for him though at that point. Like, that would have grossed me out a little bit. Just seeing his fucking
and you're allowed to do that. You're allowed to change your vote there. And that's perfect. That's the game. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I felt like if Matt was able to say more, he would have won, because everybody would have agreed just personally on the emotional level of like, yeah, I did feel better. So that blue vote
Or the blue one was sick.
Like something like that would have been maybe for Matt. Corey was going to go Jag because he respects the game. Me personally, I want to keep every strong player because I think that you have to deserve to win. Right? We talked about that.
Yeah, but the thing is, he strategically, like, it's not an accident that he ended up with those people.
No, yeah.
So it's like, but to your point, it's like that's just a different way of playing the game. Like you're saying, like you need to earn it from, like, I guess, like a physical standpoint. But in reality, it's like there was plenty of opportunities for the women to win those competitions that were mental at the end. Bowie Jane won a few. Go ahead.
What I mean is, like, I would have voted for Jag just because I think he played the best game.
Okay. Yeah.
So
I agree.
I don't like the emotional voters, but I have learned throughout every single time I watch these shows. Like, I boycotted one Big Brother season. I was like, fuck this. Okay, I'm tired of them just going emotionally voting.
Yeah.
Like, I was so happy to see that they just awarded all the great gameplay. And I feel like that's what I'm saying. Like, Corey in America, I feel like they would have stayed that way. But I feel like Matt could have won some of those emotional pools, which you always have to play for.
Yeah.
Where with me personally, like in the challenge or Survivor or anywhere, I would want to keep the people who are playing. I don't like floaters. I think floaters have to go because you can't fuck. If you're going to lie to them, you're going to lie to me. Fuck you. See ya. Right? I think floaters need to go. Play the game. Here to play. No, but at the end of the day, I think the right person won for the first time. I've watched these shows. I finally was like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna be okay with whoever wins, but Jag was the right person to win.
Yeah, I think from a gameplay standpoint, for sure, I was, and the Big Brother did do a good job as far as, like, even though it looked like that was the direction it was going. I mean, if Matt would have won, that would have been a very interesting decision he would have had to make, because you would have, in my mind, anybody picking Jag to go sit with, you probably would have been choosing to come in second place, basically. So that would have been, it would have been interesting from that standpoint. But Jag just fucking locked it at the end too, even. And then he came from he had the luxury standpoint of, if he was thinking about the same way I was, probably knowing, like, hey, I have the votes either way, probably. So I'm gonna make the righteous decision, which is big to me. Which, by the way, is gonna play in my favor anyway. Votes, but he has the luxury to make the decision because the person he's bringing isn't really, I wouldn't have thought, a threat when it comes to getting the votes. But go ahead.
No, I think that's what I was gonna say is, if he would have cut Matt there too, like, I would have honestly, like, held a grudge maybe as a voter. I would have been an emotional voter because I'd be like, bro, like, where's the line? Because, dude, it was like, dude, he would bring you in just to be like, hey, listen, let's have a fucking an alliance, us three, bottom three. All right, good. You're going home. If Jag tells you that you guys don't final anything, you're going home.
Yeah,
like that.
Oh my God, he snapped. But that's another one though with Blue, and he brought it, like, he convinced her to go up. Said, "You're the strongest competitor. You need to go up." And the whole time he's like, "I'm sending her home." Bro, it wasn't even like last minute. He had to make a tough decision. He's like, "Yeah, the person on my side, I'm sending."
Bro, the way that him and Bowie played Matt to be on the block, on the final person for the block, was insane. Like,
yeah, crazy.
You know, hey, let's just make him guess. Like, and
that was crazy.
And then I'll do lower, and then you do whatever's closer to me. Okay,
sickos.
So that way we don't look like we're picking.
Yeah,
it's like some scheme against your best friend.
Psycho.
It's like, what the fuck?
Well, I mean,
But, hey,
have you ever seen the movie Memento?
Like 2010-ish.
Oh no, older than that. But the guy, he doesn't remember shit. He has to tattoo his body, try to remember stuff. And
yeah, I haven't seen it, but I know what you're talking about.
Dude, they kind of, so the lady, because he doesn't remember her, like, she'll come in, he'll get like his fucking coffee or stuff like that, because that's just like, he knows that as his routine, and then it'll show you it from one perspective. You think like they're friends and stuff like that, but then later on in the movie you get to see, like, she'll like spit in his fucking coffee and be like, "Fuck you, buddy."
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's a wild movie. Go check it out. Let's get some comments. Anytime a drama player on their way out, a big player,
are
or
you
something
talking about
goes
Jag
wrong.
going home and then the twist? Because
I didn't think he was that much of a drama player at that point. But I will say the Cameron stuff. Cameron came back. But I mean, they always have twists. I don't know. He was out. He was out and he came back in. That was crazy.
Handicap.
I
don't think that held him back. I think that's actually cool. And I think that was also something that was really cool. The fact that he could play Big Brother, be part of every conversation without it. But that also is a testament to just,
you're talking about, okay.
I want to say wokeness.
I was talking about
everybody being like, hey, let's accept the guy and not play behind his back.
Oh my God. But when he was fucking bitching about people whispering, I was like, give me a fucking break. And then every episode after that, when I saw somebody whisper around him and he didn't have an issue with it, it made me hate him.
No, I don't think it was a whispering. It was the fact that she was acting like, the way she portrayed it was that they were whispering behind his back. Like while he's with them, that like they're like off whispering, knowing that he can't.
I don't even think it's the same. I don't think we're talking about this. I know what you're talking about.
Right?
Yeah, no, I'm talking about another conversation. I don't remember who the fuck it was with. It might have been like America or something. But he was having a conversation. He was in a room with somebody. They were whispering, and he was like involved in the conversation, but like, he couldn't hear him. He's
annoyed,
like, and he got annoyed, and he's like, it's just so fucking rude when people whisper. And then for the rest of the season, I was on. No, it wasn't. It wasn't because he's deaf. It's because he was crying like a bitch. Like I wasn't. I'm not saying that because he's deaf. But no, 100%. It was. And then, like I said, for the rest of the season, now I'm watching them. It's like people are whispering to him all the time. You decide to get upset about it because maybe you didn't like the person or whatever the fuck the issue was. I don't remember.
I think it was because he couldn't see. It had to do with like the reading list. But anyways, like I got it.
But fuck him is what I'm saying.
But it was just like cool that like everybody was all like, all right, let's not do this. Because it wouldn't be fair to him. That's cool. I think that's cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
So Matt should have used his handicap card more. No, I mean I wouldn't say that. I don't know if they're saying that.
I would respect.
So Jag using the handicap guy was cool gameplay to you.
Dude,
he's like, yeah,
where are you going with this? Who said any of this?
I see your face. I'm kidding, bro. You good? Oh my god! But you emotionally quit watching. So this is about the emotional votes. You don't like people's emotional votes.
I know what you did there. And I realized what I did too, but I had to stay my ground on something. Goddamn it!
He and Matt both fed into the other side through Jared.
Which, which Jared and Sari. That's what I said. If Sari would have made it to the end, I think she was the biggest. And Jag was right.
Oh, yeah,
that was the biggest threat because not only did she have the personal relationships, but she ran the house for a portion of it. Yeah. And I think that anytime you run the house, you got it. And
she adjusted her game plan. Then if she made it to the end, then be like, wow, I'm fucking,
because she was public enemy number one at a point.
Definitely.
And then the fact that she was able to play the game with her son on opposite sides of the house. Nobody,
which I think was bullshit.
Yeah, you didn't like
that.
We
talked about that already, I guess.
But
I was surprised nobody. There's a few people that were surprisingly quiet, though. I'm pretty sure some people were like, "That's fucking bullshit." I'm just saying.
No, yeah, I feel that, but I can't believe that nobody caught on and they all thought Felicia. And I'm like,
oh my god, yeah. Even at the end,
because
they're like, two people are related here.
Or their mannerisms are a lot alike.
Yeah, I
dude,
mean, they look a lot
Matt
alike.
Saying Corey in America, like, get the fuck.
Oh yeah, that was Well, honestly, I think Jag said that to him quietly because I said something to my partner I was watching with. I was like, oh, I think he just said Corey in America. I think he whispered that to him like as a joke.
Yeah.
And then they asked him, and then he said it, and then he's like, oh, I just realized what the fuck I said.
But
just don't fucking repeat. That's not your problem. That's why you fucking lost.
Hey,
repeating what other people said to the whole
Corey
goddamn
in
game.
The brain, man. But no, he's awesome. I loved it. Honestly, it was a good season. It was a lot of
good season.
Yeah. It was
I agree with that.
All good gameplay, fair gameplay. I like that people are playing just honest, good games.
Yeah.
I think that America's vote, funny that it was Cameron, because I feel like there was a good portion of the time where Cameron was such an asshole, and I feel like that got forgotten. Or maybe everyone split votes between Sari and who was the other person? Was it Izzy? There were three people that split votes. It was Sari.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Cameron and someone else. But anyways,
it's mostly on all like unanimous.
Yeah, but as far as the relationships of it go,
Jared.
Yeah,
because Sari wouldn't vote against him.
No, I'm saying the America's favorite.
Oh, got you. Yeah.
And I'm trying to remember who, because Cameron won it.
Yeah, you're right.
And then I almost feel like that Sari and whoever was third probably like split up a lot of.
They did tell.
votes.
Yeah, they told us. I don't remember.
But anyways,
Cameron won it though. Yeah,
yeah,
right.
good for him. Awesome.
He was surprised. How did you feel about that?
I felt like he should have been surprised because he
was a dickhead.
He was a dick for a good portion of it. Like just like an unwarranted asshole. Like through a season where everybody was kumbaya and got along the entire time, he was the one person that like went a good like 3-week run with not getting along with a single person.
Yeah.
And now I get some of it was like justified, like them going at him, but then like, hey man, like you can't get tired of the sheet. Like
I think that's why people liked him though. Why he like, because even think him and Siri had the end of the season where it was like this. When you kind of are a little bit of like an outcast, people are relate to that. You know what I mean? And they're like,
he put himself there,
and it makes you sympathetic. I mean, sort of,
people
but then also just based off
forgetting that,
based off him being a threat, people weren't really even willing to like give him a shot and work with him. Like he even came back and he was really trying to work with, like he was serious about the Matt and Jack shit. And then they were like, yeah, no thanks. Like you said, the very next week they got him out.
Yeah, that was
he was
fucked up.
Yeah, he was locked in, you know, fucking playing and still at the end.
I think like when he got voted out, right? When he got voted out, and then he came back a different Cam.
Sure.
Like he came back like, all right, I'm going to treat people like differently. But there was that run like where everyone like on the lives are saying how like rude he was being to Riley, like saying how much he hated her, but then would say how like he reminds her of his daughter, and then say that she's like really cute. It's weird. But like all that shit was Twitter.
Hey, yo.
That was on Twitter allegedly.
Big brother Twitter.
But Cam, but like then like remember Izzy was like, I can't stand Cam. So many people were like, I can't stand being in the same room. So there was something that he was doing to push everybody to that point. So then he alienated himself when he won HOH.
But part of that could just be like there became really defined sides. So like Izzy had a like network of people that were loyal to her, and like if she didn't fuck with Cameron, then that didn't necessarily speak to his character as much as it would speak to like Siri, Jared. Like they had a big ass group at that point, and then also Cameron. His side wasn't organized enough to really get on the same page early enough. So they were losing numbers before you fucking knew it. And then it really like you're totally right. As far as like, it was really Siri side of the house running shit through Jared and like doing that kind of like shit.
And Heisem at the beginning.
And then it went immediately, in my opinion, to like Jag and Matt are kind of like working behind the scenes, but they really engineered most of what happened on the back end of the season. That's why the older people being there at the end, I give them a lot of credit for, because it was a concerted effort to keep those people in the game. And he obviously like took credit for that, like a pompous asshole at the end, Jag, and was like, every time someone went home, it was because I wanted you to go home.
Which was a big stretch. But dude, Heisem, I can see Heisem's face some like bitterness.
He could have been better if he would have had more of a shot for sure. It sucks because I think I saw somebody talk about this somewhere as far as like with like Siri's side of the house, if they would have kept him, they really got rid of a really strong number on their side really early.
But that was Felicia being so tired of the way he is, but
I remember
Felicia.
that.
Felicia was such a like it's not
very
her way,
cold,
like it's like dude, I don't know how she made it so far. I couldn't stand her personally.
Well, probably partially because of that. You know what I mean? Like if anybody would have went to Final Two with her, for fuck's sake, like if it went that way, dude, you wouldn't have been mad because you'd have been like, oh, okay, obviously I'm gonna win.
I've never seen somebody try so hard for TV time on the show.
Yeah, she was terrible.
Like with everything, with like the pocket food, just literally everything.
Popping her fucking teeth out every episode. Disgusting.
But anyways, but fantastic season. I think one of the better seasons I've watched recent time. Their Survivor season's been good.
I agree with you on that. Well, I mean, I don't really watch Survivor, but every once in a while, if I can't find the remote, it'll play after Big Brother, and I'll let it run a little bit. So entertaining though. I haven't watched it for a long time.
Do you think Heisem should play again?
Oh. Yeah, I think you have
because I think he'd be
it was a good season.
To watch again.
It was a good season. I think there's a few people you could get going again from this season. Excuse me. So I think that Heisem would be a great candidate for that. I would like to see Cameron again, to be honest, even though I didn't like him. I think it would be interesting to see him with a different group.
I like the way that he is strategically. I really do. I like the way Cameron is.
Yeah. You know, I could see Jag coming back for sure. He was great competitor.
Is this a troll?
Oh, here, let me read these real quick. Does seem like for a game where there can only be one winner, a bit unfair. Well, no, I mean, I agree with that. I think he's talking about the Suri and Jared thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, looking at it from my perspective, like I'm thinking if I were to go on something like this, you're talking about people to come back. When you're going into that, you have to think like this may be the only time I ever do this ever in my life. So to think that's people's reality, and then you have somebody who's basically a reality TV star come on there with her son.
Amen. Adversity, baby.
Well, I mean, yeah, definitely. Well, I mean, no, for sure. And then at the end of the day, they didn't win, and it did end up hurting her. But I mean, imagine if fucking Heisem and fucking Jag were related or some shit. Like you put you put a duo like that together. Well, no, because they're both smart. They're both smart. But either way, so let's see. He turned on his BFF for no reason.
No reason.
Who's he talking about?
I think Jag.
Okay, maybe
Cam.
Yeah,
red.
Yeah. Good call. Well, I mean, because that was a situation where some things got blown out of proportion, and you really could have exposed a lot of shit if they would. And that's why they said that's why they ended up getting. I don't know who said that, but I remember hearing somebody talk during one of the episodes where they were saying they were thinking about keeping Red, and then they decided they had to get him out. I think it was Siri. And that was one of the things where she said she had to play her game for Jared a little bit because he was a threat to Jared's game.
Yeah.
So she couldn't keep him around, although they had a great working relationship.
And,
Red.
Yeah. And the thing is with that Red thing, that was insane because dude, like, yeah, I mean, Jared lied a little bit, but he big brothered it. He did the typical big brother twist of words, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't put the words in Cameron's mouth as far as like him saying like if Red goes home, I'm okay with it.
Well, on that one
because
he didn't lie, but the one where he got exposed, he blatantly lied.
But he did to Cameron to Red twist a little bit because he told Red that Cameron just came in pitching, putting Red up and using him as a pawn.
Exactly.
As that's not how the conversation went.
It was like, if he goes up, are you cool with it? He's like, hey,
man. At the end of the day, there's one winner. It has to be me. And the way I look at it. So at the end of the day, Red has to go at some point. Which is wild to say.
Conversation.
Like, but that's your best friend.
But then they go sit in the fucking hot tub together and they have like some weird, like really short conversation. Like, do you want to talk about it? I think I'm good right now.
Yep.
All right. Never talk about it.
Right.
The confessional. Cameron's like, yeah, well, I'm never going to talk about it again.
It's like, why? Like, yeah. But
I'm like, it's not worth it for fucking what? $750.
Bro, what?
Like, sit down and talk.
Mend every fence you can.
I literally don't see why not. And that was your closest ally. And at that point, that's when it got really dark for Cameron because he didn't have.
He says she says like that anyways.
Yeah.
Like that's why I like the way Jack played because on every he said she said, Jack was like, you know what? Fuck that.
Oh yeah,
to it
at the end specifically. That one was great with Matt because he was just like, and it was true. And Matt lied to him, didn't even give him the truth then. But the thing is it does allow like kind of like an awareness. Like, hey, I know that that's happening. Even if you don't tell me it's happening, now I let you know. Like, hey, I know it's happening. It probably shouldn't be happening.
But Matt did in the finale. He hit and they showed.
Yeah.
Felicia came to him weeks prior with that.
Yeah.
So then Matt
said he would never do it.
So then Matt just always played along because
no, I know, but he lied to Jack.
Yeah, he did lie to Jack.
Hey, I didn't say that.
I mean,
he could have. Well, no, he could have if you like really believed in your relationship. You could have been like, yeah, I did say that, but it was just
that would be crazy.
It would be crazy. Yeah,
that would be crazy. But yeah. I mean, trust is trust. You know?
Trust is trust.
But you catch me
$750,000. I don't know. He turned on his BFF. So yeah, no, I'm with you on that. And then Best Way. Not sure what you're referring to there, but it's because I got to it a little late, so my bad. Shout out to Gates Open Media for that little tidbit. Go check them out. Let me throw that thing up here so y'all can make it easy to find. Go check him out. Go show some support. Drop some nice stuff in the comments. Show some love to my man Gates Open Media. Always talking about the good stuff in the lives, doing the Bible studies, doing the sports talk, all kinds of stuff over there on that channel. So go show him some love.
Get well, baby.
Last topic here, I wanted to let y'all know though before we get into it. I am going to next week do 8 p.m. on this, and we're gonna push it back a little bit just so it'll be a little bit more comfortable for like Paul if he wants to pull up, or anybody that might want to pull up and do a live with me. 6 o'clock is a little early for people that are getting off work and stuff, so I'm gonna hit this 8 p.m. and I might push all the videos back to 8 p.m. I actually probably will, just so it's easier for everybody to remember. So just wanted to make sure to announce that. So make sure you check that out. I'm going to put that on social media, announce it again, but 8 p.m. for the lives, 8 p.m. for the video drops. Like I said, just to make it a little bit easier so people can pull up if they like, and otherwise just so you guys are at home and really, settled in and chilling before we start rocking. So anything you wanted to shout out before we get into this last video?
No, man, just shout out Big B. Big Brother, yeah. And I agree with you too, by the way. Definitely one of the best seasons. At first, I thought it kind of started a little slow, but no, where are we at? Shout out Parker. Shout out Lauren. Shout out the family. Balcom fan. Balcom clan. Shout out everybody following me on social media.
Balcom clan. Hey. Whoa, watch out for that clan part.
I don't know.
Remember Alabama,
like when you're voting for on BB.
Oh yeah. No, for sure. Do you have a good? That's one thing I want to ask you. Do you have a good I guess you probably just feel it when you get there, but the alliance names. I'm always amazed by these fucking people and their alliance names. Would you have
some of them so bad, bro?
So bad, but this year was probably the worst as far as that goes. Bye bitches. It was whole fucking sentences.
I like the Minutemen, but
it was cool.
It's like but no,
I like the Fugitives too. They're doing the little gun thing. It was cool. Yeah. So when they have a little thing that they do together, it's funny.
I mean, I guess it all has to depend on what's going on.
Bully Jane definitely cracked that at the end. The Minutemen. You know what I mean? Because I felt like at the end when they were doing the M's, people would hate on her and felt like she really wasn't part of it because she wasn't for a good amount of it. But there at the end, I mean, she was a valuable member.
She was.
Yeah,
she carried her weight, dude. I don't know how she was like behind closed doors, but bro, like every conversation with Charles was like that. I love her though. She's awesome. She's Alliance names would be dope. Alliance names would be really cool to do. I don't know what I would do. I mean, on the spot. Damn.
Yeah. Well, that's usually it is on the spot, brother. I guess in politics.
What should it be called? Gingerbread men.
Oh, okay. Yeah, not bad. All right. Now you have that in the tuck in case you ever go on Big Brother.
Red herrings.
Keep an eye out.
I don't know.
Just us. Okay. Yeah.
We both got like redder beard, so I don't know. Red herrings.
Gingerbread man. It could have been. Gingerbread man if we were in the house together. Okay.
New twist.
This is kind of just like a out there question I wanted to ask you. Would you rather live forever or die right now?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay. How fast is right now?
I mean, just like instant. It's not gonna be painful or anything. That's not really the point of it. It would be more just like the
no
sacrifice
goodbyes
of time. No goodbyes. Yeah, no goodbyes. Yes, you can go on. I mean, I'm curious how much the goodbyes would add to that.
Well, I mean,
then would you be like, yeah, I could go. I could go if I could say goodbye.
Well, no, because forever is a long, dude. Forever.
That's a long ass time.
I mean,
that's
no
what
death. Like I couldn't kill myself at like 4,000.
No. Yeah, no. You just have to live forever. You have to see the world end. Yeah. And then whatever happens after that, I guess you float around in space and shit.
Yeah, because I would not want my son to not like I wouldn't want my family not to like have me for at least like the next 10 years, right? Like so.
Yeah.
But forever, I cry at any sort of death. Like seeing everybody die for history. I mean,
well, what about you dying?
About me dying.
I was just asking.
I mean, yeah,
that's the question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but that's the thing is my death would only suck for like obviously people who like love me, but like my son and wife, like
terrible.
Horrible for them.
Mm-hmm.
Myself, I mean, no more suffering.
Well, terrible still though.
Terrible. But
yeah, because you know experience.
No experience. You don't get
you value experience,
unless there's afterlife, unless you believe afterlife.
Sure.
Then you experience. Sure. So it's like I don't know, but
well, I mean, but still, even then though, you're not
physically there.
Well, and that's like a maybe. I'm saying like in this hypothetical, it's like you're dying, and then maybe there's an afterlife, maybe there's not. But then I'm saying you live forever. For sure, you're living forever.
But personally, you don't miss it. But I get what you're saying. But personally, you don't miss it. Versus,
well, maybe you'd miss it. If it's an afterlife, if there's afterlife, I'd miss my family if they're still here.
Yeah, but I'm just saying like family.
Yeah,
like they would hurt. Obviously more than I would because
you'd be dead.
Yeah, but I living forever would be horrible. I don't know that. I guess live forever just for the right answer, but I don't know, man, because that'd be tough, dude. How do you?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Do you have multiple families like throughout lifetimes? Like how old
would you?
If
maybe
I live forever,
is Lauren watching? How do you answer that?
I'm asking you on that one. So
okay, gotcha. You don't want to answer that one.
Like because what I was going to say is like because like how do you? It's like whereas leads to is like how how do you like lose the love of your life and then say all right, well, next one. So it's like I don't know how people do it, but
I mean, so you spend like 4,000 years.
Well, do you stay 30 forever, or do you age to fucking?
Well, I'd say in this hypothetical, let's just say that you would stay the same, I guess.
Right.
Yeah, to make it more
so I'm a vampire
appealing.
A vampire without sucking blood.
Maybe you have to suck blood. I don't know. Maybe you're sucking on something else.
Nah.
You don't want to betray Lauren, so instead you got to find companionship in a man. She would understand.
No, I become a priest.
There you go. That's pretty sick. It's like Castlevania shit.
Smooth recoil and none. I'll be fluid.
There you go. Try me at that point. I guess you do whatever the fuck you want.
I guess. God,
Death. Okay, die right now. Oh, okay, interesting. Shit. All right, I was just curious. I thought about that today, so I was
now we know what happens later. You know?
Obviously,
like the AC shut off during this question as if like God's listening. He's like, all right, man, what do you want?
What do you want?
You want to see your kid grow up or not?
Yeah, what do you want? Tell me right now.
You gotta do like I said, you had to see your kids grow up, man. But that's the sick part of life is that's not even guaranteed.
The afterlife thing is interesting because if you really do believe in afterlife, then I guess saying that you were going to live forever would mean that you would get a lifetime with your family, but then after they passed, then you would never join them in whatever kind of reality you believe in. So
yeah. And then like I said, you're going to live the rest of your life without the people that you love the most. So it's not, but then again, you don't get to see your family or be there for your family to grow. And at the same time, you could live next 50, 60, 100, 20, 200 years, but doesn't mean that anyone else is guaranteed the next year. So it's like, that's a sick part of life, is that, you can be forever. So that way you can see your family grow. But so I don't know.
Yeah.
Damn, what's your answer? Where do I have to answer this? What's your answer?
Probably, because I'm not very religious, I guess I'd say live forever. So when I thought of it earlier, I was thinking live forever. It's a tough question though, for sure. I mean, all the things that you kind of battle with were same kind of, I was also struggling with. Forever is like an inconceivable amount of time, I think, for even human beings, really. You know what I mean? Like, we think of like a human lifespan as like 100 years if you're lucky. So it's like, if we're thinking forever, we were talking about 4,000 years, even longer than that. It's just going on forever. I don't know. That's a really crazy concept to try to wrap your head around. And then, losing your go ahead.
Well, maybe AI gets to a point to where you can escape into that fake world or fake reality, where you have like a no spoilers, Inception thing, where at the end, like, no worries with his family.
Yeah, but if it's not your real family, what is it? You know what I mean? If it's a simulation of your family, then
you can like shrooms can make a lot of things feel real.
But that's just, so then are you at peace with the idea that, hey, I can spend time with a synthesized version of my loved ones, and then you know what I mean? But, you're right. There, well, it could be, or I don't know. The thing is, I'm not so confident in saying like, oh, if I die, then I'm going to heaven, and I'm just waiting on my family to get there. So it's like, if you were, I guess, confident in that, then I suppose it would be an easy question.
Past can just be ghost. Everyone's just ghost floating around.
Yeah.
Who knows, man? I don't know that answer, but
I wonder what that experience would be like. And then also, if you're a ghost, I don't know, like what fucking ghost families. I don't know, because that's to be honest, because you're touching on, this was the thing that I struggled with the most as well, because it is a scary concept to think like being by yourself. Like, I was thinking about reincarnation the other day and being reborn, and think like, in that way, every time you restart and you're completely like the people that, like you said, like you love more than anything, that I couldn't imagine not being around. Now all of a sudden you're like restarting, and those people are where?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, not,
man.
So it's like, it's kind of makes you feel like
souls find each other, right?
I guess. I started to watch that Twin Flame shit, but it's a documentary on Netflix about these scammers, I guess, that have this thing called Twin Flame, where people sign up and they try to help you work on your relationship, so you have like a soulmate relationship, basically. Was kind of the gist of what I was getting, but it was a documentary, so it didn't go well, I'm sure. There's there's a grizzly into it. I'm sure the Twin Flames burn out in one way or another, but I don't know, man. So, but with that, with like people that you feel like you're such kindred spirits to, and it's interesting to think that, there could be like a sort of like reset, or you just lose people and you just never see them again. People our age knows how that feels by this point, when you have somebody that same kind of thing, and then all of a sudden, you don't see him again, and then years pass and you haven't seen this person, but they're one of the most impactful people that, and like really the way that they're still around is through like, the impact that they have on you and things that you still do.
Right.
But where are they? And then I don't know.
Is there nothingness? Are they somewhere?
Yeah.
And then one of the thoughts about like heaven to me is like, so let's say you go, right?
Mm-hmm.
What age do you go at? Do you just choose?
That'd be sick.
Do you have your family?
Mm-hmm. You gotta find them. Like, what if you're just like if they just popped you in the middle of America right now and your family was somewhere else, it'd be hard as fuck to find them.
If I died now, right? 30, boom, pass away.
Mm-hmm.
Wife remarries, 12 years from now.
Does she even want to see your ass in heaven?
Does she go 40 years with another husband?
She's trying to find that baby arm in heaven. She don't want old pinky dick.
But like 40 years with someone else, and then like when she dies, she has to choose which husband she loved more.
Yeah, that's
like it's like, damn, like that's not heaven for me.
Well, dude, some people, I think,
is it just like your own version? So then you're never with them anyways.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but and I think it's some people though don't spend their entire life and don't get to that point though, don't find a person that they're like compatible with in that way, I guess. So I mean, yeah, so I mean, you're talking about a problem, but I mean also like how much of like, you see how like for example, we were talking about Jada Pinkett and Will at the beginning. It's like they may never have the opportunity to even like explore that, and then the person that they are in a relationship with, there's not even a guarantee that they feel the same about one another.
Yeah, well,
you may feel like your partner's a soulmate, and then they may feel like, hey, I really enjoy you and really love being around you, and we have a family together and all that. But then in reality, like soulmate though, like maybe, you know what I mean? People aren't always so forthcoming with their feelings in that way. So that's a really hard thing to even broach.
Of course.
Yeah.
But so I mean, that's another topic too. If like somebody like really didn't care for the spouse and then they get to heaven and they're
like, fuck it, I'll live forever.
Keep her away.
Even that. No. So I mean,
what is because that's saying, what is heaven like how do you all get there? So
I think if you get married and you don't want your wife around you, God's not gonna be you might get your pass revoked if you're doing some shit like that.
But that would lead to the simulation thing that like if it's not, because there's no way that like unless the husbands are together with that wife, that is just like your
Adam22 shit.
Like, in heaven, that your being is just right there. So then it's like, okay, so then the simulation would not be the same thing essentially.
Oh yeah.
And then then is it just you die and then like as long as you're I don't know, man. I have no idea.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it's who knows? I won't know until I die.
Would you have your what if
tell you then?
So what if there's a scenario where when you pass, this is a Black Mirror episode, so I don't know if you watch that or not, but this is literally,
you said it's good.
It's great. But so there's an episode where people basically have the option when they die to get uploaded to this like the server, essentially. So your consciousness can get uploaded to the server, and
Elon Musk,
or you could not, or you could die naturally, and that's kind of the decision that people have to make in this universe. And I think there might have been like some implication, like the vampire sort of catch where it's like, oh, you can become an undead, but you sacrifice your soul type shit. So I think it was similar to that, like. You can live your life in this like kind of virtual reality, but I guess with others, because other people were hooked into it. But yeah, either way, would you choose that, or would you take a risk on dying and seeing what happens after that naturally?
I just want to do it natural, man. I like natural. I think just live life, just do things kind of the way you're supposed to. I mean, we don't do that now. Yeah, we've gone so far, which again I like. We talked about this before. Yeah. I enjoy everything being easier for me.
Oh, dude, fuck yeah!
Like so much. Like I'm glad I don't have to grow all my own vegetables. I think it is the right thing to do, good thing to do. But
if you do it, useful.
Yeah, and I would just want to die the natural way. Yeah. I mean, through it, and I mean, my dream is just tell me when I'm going to die, and then just give me a little shot. Let me go peacefully.
You would like to know?
I just don't listen to it. I don't want to die in like the worst ways. Like dude, like a heart attack just seems so painful. Like I don't want that to be like I want the pussy way out. Put me to sleep. Put me out like a dog, man. Just put me to sleep. Let me go with a dream and just pass out, because I don't want to like do like I think, but whenever I hear someone have a heart, I'm like, damn, dude, like someone literally just felt their heart stop.
Yeah.
Like that's what the fuck. Mm-hmm. So it's like, that's a tragic way. Or you die fiery or whatever way, and it's like that's horrible.
Die in fire.
That is obviously like the worst thing. But so I don't know, man.
So you want to be kind of like, you would prefer to be euthanized?
Nice.
That's what it is, brother.
Of course, yeah. I know what you're saying.
Okay. So
it's impossible.
I'm just saying, like, because the only issue with that, well, some places will do that. I guess my only issue with that is that you kind of like remove the opportunity. I mean, unless God is doing it and telling you like, hey, if you don't do this, then you're going to get hit by a car. Because I mean, otherwise you're kind of like making the decision to like not have the opportunity to like maybe like beat a disease. That's why people get euthanized. You know what I mean? That's the alternative, right?
Yeah.
Is like, okay, you die of like what you just said, like a heart attack or like some kind of slow, debilitating disease. In some countries, they allow people to say, okay, I'd rather go out with like all my faculties. My issue,
I'm down with that.
Okay, all right, interesting.
I think people, if they want, I think the
theoretically, I think I would want to get the absolute most amount of time as possible.
Yeah, but
maybe
at what
in different conditions, maybe I wouldn't feel that way.
Like, I mean, again, this is no shot at anybody who lives tough lifestyles. I mean, more power to you. I mean, I don't know how I would survive as a vegetable. My brain, the way that I don't know.
It'd just be different, brother.
So it's like, I don't think I would want to. Like 100%.
It would be different. I'm not saying it would be better, but it's like, I just feel like preferable to the unknown, and then the unknown which is still available for you whenever you ever happens naturally. But I mean, I understand, and like I said, I'm from a privileged standpoint, so where I'm speaking about it from like an able body standpoint. So yeah, I mean, if quality of life was severely different, and you know, maybe that would affect how
you not being able to breathe, and every time you breathe it fucking hurts, and you're just coughing out blood and shit. Like, dude, like, man,
but making the decision,
miss me from doing that.
Making the decision though, not to see my kid anymore would be just too. I can't even imagine making that decision. Like,
I understand.
It's like once I close my eyes on that, and that's the last time. It's like I think about this just from like playing with her standpoint, where it's like, you know, basically at the end of my life, however much I did that, I'm gonna feel like I didn't do it enough. For literally, regardless how much I do it. So. You know, I don't know.
Well, I'm not going to talk you into like one.
He's like, dude, fucking kill yourself. Don't take us down, you two. I'm talking about myself. It's not even to anybody else.
But what I mean is just like me personally. I don't know. Like I if my parents were to do it, if my dad were to do it, I'd be like, all right,
understand.
I understand, and I think my son and like people I love would understand. Like, all right, you did everything you could, and then at a certain point, like. It's just, do you want to suffer? It's just like your pet. Like, do you want anything to suffer? I don't think so.
Yeah, but in between the suffering,
there's
to lose. To lose sight of like the beautiful moments that you allow yourself to have.
So I think there's a
just
point.
Being there.
I think there's a point. I think there's a point where it gets like where it's like, all right, like what else am I doing? Like,
I can imagine some scenarios.
So I also think that if somebody wanted to say, hey, listen, I want to kill myself through euthanization. Yeah, I'm not somebody who's against that. I
mean, you yourself said you would choose it. That's why I'm like,
But I was saying just like you know, because I've had this debate before about like legalizing was it willful suicide or whatever, and it's like I get it. Like I honest to God do, because it's just, man, I've seen it and I don't understand it. Like Alzheimer's, I don't understand. Like, it's cool as a family member to keep the person that you love. And maybe if they're having a good time with it, like they're able to still live.
Yeah.
But it gets to a point where it's like, man, nobody's enjoying it, you know, and you're just keeping them along just basically for yourself to say, well, they're still in my life. You know, so it's like at that point, I would want my family to be like, hey, you know, hey, this is what he wants. This is what he wanted.
Shoot him up with the fucking poison.
But again, I don't know, man. Like I'm not in that situation, so maybe I guess perspective would be different. But it's just I just think about it as like I enjoy life too much to then like go through the absolute worst of it. I guess again, it's a pussy way. I get it. Soft.
Soft. But what happened to adversity?
Yeah. I already went through it by that point. Right? I already overcame adversity to that point. And that's
like, no more.
Road.
No mas.
Okay, listen. At the end of the day, does the movie need to end, or do we need to just keep dragging it out? Right.
That's true. Sometimes you need to just have a nice put a bow on it. Imagine your ending just being sitting on a fucking cold slab, getting a needle shoved into you.
Nah, for real. I want to spend every second with it.
Yeah, of course.
I want all of it.
I'm with you, brother.
All jokes aside. Yeah, for real. It's just tough spots for all of it.
Love your family. Love your family. Show some love out there. Reach out to somebody. Tell them you love them. It definitely makes a difference. Just hearing from whoever you are, I'm sure, to somebody that makes a huge difference to hear from you. And just try to take that time out. Yeah, I think you know, that's something to take from this conversation that we had. Show some love though. Make sure you subscribe. Like I said, 8:00 on Tuesdays for sure. On Saturday, I have a live pod coming. Jason will definitely be on there. So tap in for with us there. We talk on sports for sure. Get into some other stuff. We'll see who else ends up popping in for that. And then these Tuesdays all the time, check for the lives, the video game lives. I'm probably going to do some Walking Dead this week, the Telltale game. So I'm going to get into more of those, just trying to be more active with you guys, chop it up. I appreciate everybody in the comments that got in here and added to the conversation. Smooth Recoil, go check his gaming channel out. One of the best there is. Period. Call of Duty going crazy, and he's been really consistent with it, and he's got one of the wildest, most fun personalities you can spend a Saturday night. And I got to get his schedule just so I can know exactly when it all is. I just hop on whenever he pops on, though, just because you gotta support Smooth Recoil. He's the man. Jade Spades, thank you as well for popping in here and setting us straight on some things where we were talking on our ass, didn't know what we were talking about, and just adding more to the conversation, things that we didn't know about, stuff like that. I always love when you hop in here and add to the conversation. So like I said, make sure you subscribe, show some love. Make sure you're here at 8 o'clock. There's no other place better to be. Go check out Paul B. Balcom on social medias. Balcom B. Paul. Just switch it up. Try both of them.
Just throw them out there. BAL.
Try both of them. There can't be that many. And if they are, they're probably fucking cool ass guys like this guy. But tune back in. Like I said, 8 o'clock. That's when you can sit and politic with us. And